Hi, everybody. How are you doing? All right, so we need to do something with this. I think I'm live. Hey, how are we doing? I want to go ahead and I want to knit some stuff working on my socks for my 8-day sock challenge. And I need to do something with this. Let me see. Okay, I am live. I'm trying to stream over here too, and I'm getting the feedback. So I've got this on mute. And it's still coming through here, and I'm trying to get it over here. So if you guys have something right now that you know that I can do, I've done it before. I have done it before, but my goodness, I forget which one it is. I am doing fantastic. And if you have anything that can help me, can you guys even hear me? I can hear me here, but it's not helpful, right? Can you guys hear me? Can we hear me? Hello, hello, hello. I see the hellos, but can you tell me if you can hear me? Yes. Okay, good. Good. All right. Do you know how to do this? Because I've got this streamed here so then I can do the whole thing and do the whole hands view, right? Do you know how to make this to where I don't hear myself through here? Let's see. Good. I'm loud and clear. Perfect. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Uh, I'm trying to do some fancy stuff, and I'm just not that fancy. I tell you, I'm just not. I've got StreamYard set up right here also, so then I can do this on the camera and you can see my hands and we can work on my socks, right? This is the 8-day challenge socks. I just started these this morning and trying to get that done. Let's see. Good afternoon. Good morning. Okay. So does anyone, hi from Ireland. That's awesome. Okay. On my phone, I've got it muted on my phone. Let me change it. Okay. Now I've got noise on the phone and muted on the iPad. And okay, is that any better? I can hear it echo there, but can you guys hear me better? It's like, dang, you got quite far away. Yeah. Can you guys hear me better like that? That I don't. Let me turn that one down. Yeah, I was trying to get all this stuff done. Let's see. Oh, that's cool, Karen. I'm glad that you're here on one of my lives. That's really nice. Thank you. Can we hear echoing on the, yeah, it echoes? You guys do hear the echo? Okay, that's not good. All right, so I got it up over here. Do I have it up here and down here? I forget which one. I know that there's a way to make it work, but because I know other people have done this. This is how they do this. Is better? Yes or no? Then I can get into the knitting. I'd rather get into the knitting. The knitting is a lot more fun. So I have one mic muted and I have the other mic. It's okay. Is it good or why can't I do it like other people? Other people are so much cooler. I can tell you right now. They are cooler. They're able to do that. Let's see. Okay, how's that? Can you hear me? I just stopped one. No echo. I stopped one. I hit stop mic. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I can't hear myself through the thing, so I'm going to say that's good. I need a thumbs up from somebody. Can I get a thumbs up on the thing? Good. Okay, good. All righty. Technical difficulties. I tell you what, I tried. I set this thing. I was like, oh, I can get it ready in 20 minutes. I can figure that out. And then I had a panic attack when I couldn't, right? So we're going to go ahead and set this thing over here, spin that little doodad around. I mean, I got all sorts of stuff, right? I mean, I'm trying to set up my stuff better. Oh, let's see. Let's see. What does that camera look like? Oh, I turned the camera off. Well, that's not helpful. I don't want to kick from the studio. I don't want to do that. I want the, I don't understand. I want it to play over there. I don't want to block everything. It blocked all the noises, but then it took all my camera off too. I want the camera on. Okay. Front camera, back triple camera. Oh, that's the one I want. All right. Can I make it go? Which one? It says I'm backstage. Oh, now it's back to making noise. Okay, mute the camera. Mute that one. Oh, it won't let me just do one. It does all of it. I don't like that. It's an all or nothing kind of a thing. Settings, audio, mic echo cancellation says it's on. Automatic adjust for volume. Microphone. I don't understand. I don't understand this. I just want the camera. Is it that hard? Ooh, Nightbot's yelling at people. I'm sorry if Nightbot yells at you. I don't know why it's yelling at you. Should help. Oh, it doesn't like a lot of symbols. I do know that. It's not set up for like tons of symbols. It yells at people. I don't know how to get back in it and change it. So that's how that is. So I do apologize if it blasts you. It's nothing personal. I haven't done anything. All right. So we're going to turn this down. Can you guys? Okay. I'm going to try it. I can hear myself echo. Does it work for you guys though? Because if it does, we're just going to leave it. Oh, do I have it? Do I have the film? The camera? Look at this. It's not cameraing. We're just going to play. I'm going to turn this off. We're just going to play. I tried to be fancy. I'm not fancy. We're just going to play. So there we go. All right. I set it down. I am no longer fancy. You want to see what I got done? I got sidetracked trying to be fancy. I shouldn't be fancy. I'm just saying I should not be fancy. So, hi Landa, how are you doing? Now I've got the picture up here and everything, so I can see all the cool things that StreamYard gives me, but I don't have the chat. Oh, do we have a chat thingy in here too? Oh, there it is. Okay, I can see it and it's bigger. Hi Kevin, how are you doing? All right, sorry about the little bit of a weird start. Today is Nitty Netty's first day of the 8-day sock challenge. And I have started a pair of socks this morning. I know, isn't that crazy? I added color work. Ooh, didn't I say earlier in the year that I was going to do stranded color work socks? Well, guess what? I did it. That's stranding and there is color and that is cool. The yarn that I'm using here is by Ali Pate. It's the Road Trip sock yarn. And this is the charcoal from Arcane Fiberworks. So here are my socks that I have got in the works so far and all kinds of excited. Really looking forward to getting these done. Hi, Mama Wench. How you doing? Yeah, I know. I'm live. I wanted to do the whole where you could see my hands knitting and stuff, and I'm not that fancy to make it not echo. So there you have it. Hi, Elaine. How are you? And it was just one of those, okay, I can do this. I think I've done it once before, and I'm going to have to play with it, and I'm going to have to do the phone a friend to my YouTube buddies that have done more stuff like this than I have, and see if you guys can help me. You know, kind of just tell me what to do, kind of walk me through it, tutorial. You know, I'm sure it's just a simple button. It's just one of the simple buttons that I missed. I do know that they do give feedback with the phone and the iPad, and you have to turn one down. I do know that, but I couldn't get it. So we're just going to give up for right now, and that's fine. Hi, Helix. How are you doing? I was watching you open up your Aberdeen mystery boxes earlier. That was fun. I enjoyed doing that. I mean, I love their mystery boxes. They are, to me, they are the absolute best. There is no doubt about it. Those things are fantastic. You always get so many great things. Now, if you don't like Barocco yarn, then that's not a good thing. I can at least move my little stand down a little more. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, if you don't like Barocco yarns, then that's going to be a bad box. But man, I'm telling you, I like their yarns. I like all the stuff with that. And I think Heather from Aberdeen Wools does a great job of putting them together. I don't know what you thought was better, the knitting or the crochet boxes. I find on theirs, you end up with more yarn as in more volume, more skeins of yarn with the crochet boxes than you do with the knitting, but the dollar value is there in both. There's no doubt about that. Yep. Oh yeah, you're gonna order more. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Their prices. If you're not familiar, this is not an ad for Aberdeen Wools. My motto is I find pretty and I share. That's really what it is. If I find great deals on yarn and I find pretty things, I'm going to tell you about it. I mean, isn't that what we do? We share pretty. Their mystery bags are $19. And a lot of times when you put things in the bag, they give you like a 10% off. I don't know why. I've gotten it. I didn't get it from my advent calendar. However, she did offer like a 15% code off on everything to include advent calendars, but I had already ordered mine. So there it is what it is. But a lot of times you can even get it discounted, and $19 is already massively discounted. Let's see. Okay, so Karen says, I think you're going to have to knit that pattern of socks a couple of times. I think you're, oh yeah, right? So you know what I did? I had commented because Kay in the comments said that I could do color work, because I wasn't sure if this 20-gram mini was going to be enough for the cuff, the heel and the toes. And everyone tells me it is. It always freaks me out because when you're winding it, it looks like such a tiny ball. So I did like 4 rows of the pink, then I did this, and then I went back to the pink. And Kay was suggesting, it's like, well, you could put like a small color work, like a diamond, right after the cuff, which was what my plan was. And then I'm like, wait, let me go grab one of my books. So this is in the book Knitovision. It's called the Daisy pattern. So I'm like, I can do that. So it went from stockinette to pattern of some sort to color work, just a simple little geometric diamond, like 4 squares or some 5 squares each, something like that, to this. Right, that's how my brain works. That's how it works. And thankfully, it's gotten past that. I think it'll stretch enough that you can get a foot into it. One of the girls, I don't know. Color work is an interesting one, especially like a sock. I've always been nervous because if you do it too tight, the foot's not going to get in it. It's just, it won't. I say, can't wait to share the design in my head for all of the, oh, no kidding. Broco Comfort is a great yarn too. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing? Thank you very much for the compliments. Hi, Laura. I'm making a pair of socks for you. I don't know. I did end up giving Michelle a pair of socks because she commented that, what is her exact channel name? Because I keep getting it mixed up. She just changed it not that long ago. So let me pull that one up. But I gave her a pair of socks because she commented on how she has such tiny feet. She just did an opening for it too. Where did hers go? YouTube is moving all my stuff around. Please don't say you deleted me from her. That's ridiculous. I have been watching. Has YouTube been deleting your guys' channels too? Mine have been. I have seen some disappearing where it's like, no wonder I haven't seen this guy in a while and this girl. Michelle Plays Hooky. She did an opening, and yes, I hand knit the socks. That pair that I gave her was the Arnie and Carlos sock yarn, and it's called Pair Perfect. And they have the adult size 100-gram balls, and then they have the kid size, which are smaller. And you just start, it'll have like a yellow thread, and then you start your cast on right after that yellow thread, and that way they're perfectly matched, which is really cool. So I made that like a year or so ago, more than that. Either way, I made it, and it's child size because, again, it's child size ball yarn, and about a size 5. Hannah, my daughter-in-law, has the smallest adult feet in the family, size 6, and they were too small for her just by a little bit. And I am not going through that drama of giving grandkids socks. I did that once when the girls were little, and now we've got 6 grandkids and 1 on the way. But I did that when they were little, and if you get the size wrong, they melt. They cry, they melt, and they did. And being that I don't want to make half a dozen pairs of socks, I'm like, I am not giving this to one of the girls. I'm not dealing with that drama. And Michelle had commented on how she has such tiny feet, about size 5. And I sent them to her. I'm like, oh, thank you. Here you go. So yes, she did get a hand knit pair of socks from me. And she did an opening. So definitely check her out. That is Michelle Plays Hooky. She just changed her channel name not that long ago, but Michelle Plays Hooky. And you can see that opening that where she got to get those. So that's cool. Let's see. All right. Oh, Nightbot's saying nice things about you, Laura. Something about piece of cake. So that's pretty cool. And yep, thank you, Helix. Michelle Plays Hooky. Yeah, I was trying to get the exact name. Yeah, Jane, some of yours were, yeah, some of my channels have been dropped recently. And I can also see it in the subscriber count. I can see when YouTube does that whole, I'm going to purge people, because it goes down and then it goes back up and then it goes down, and it's a weird going down. So I know it's a YouTube thing, and I can't contact people going, hey, by the way, I think you got deleted from my list, because I don't have those types of lists, for one thing, and that'd be creepy if I did. But yeah, YouTube does that. It just, I don't know. I think they just don't want to pay content creators, and they don't pay much anyway. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Thanks for being here. I am doing the sock challenge. And yes, for those that just popped in, I did just start these today. I did not cheat. I didn't do that until after the morning. And then the members got to see this. I got on, and what was it, like 8 something in the morning, about 9 by the time that the video got up. And my eyes were still not doing not ready for prime time. The grandkids spent the night, and they got up in the 5 o'clock hour, something along that line. I was not ready for that, and it just messed up the sleep. And I did put out a member video and commented, and they got to see me casting on. So that was just how many hours ago? But so that was then like, okay, we're doing this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I am a lot farther than I expected to be. And having a pattern in there on top of it, sometimes the pattern really slows you down. Other times it excites you. Thank you so much, Amanda. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Wow, that was very nice of you. Very nice. Okay, so, oh yeah, you're doing great. It's like, Rachel says, I started my socks today. I'm definitely not that far. So Rachel, are you doing a pattern on yours, or are you doing stockinette? Or are you doing something you have done or haven't done before? I threw in that level of difficulty by putting the color work in, but thankfully I'm done with it. I mean, I liked it. Thankfully I'm done with it. So now I'm on the gusset portion. So that's pretty cool. Easy to knit through with that, being here with everyone on the gusset as opposed to trying to figure out the color work and pulling up my chart and working on that. So like, oh, there we go. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. It is so kind to come onto YouTube and have so many people being supportive of each other with the liking. Oh, thumbs up. Yeah, that's a thing. YouTube. I don't understand all that. Yes, algorithm. I know I can say the words algorithm, but it's not like, hey, if I get 5 thumbs up, one more person gets recommended. I have no idea on that as far as what the meaning is. Everyone just says, hit the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. Like and share. It helps the algorithm. So I'm going to parrot that, but I don't know how much it helps the algorithm, but we're going to go with it. We're just going to agree with this. This is my downstairs overflow room, as what I like to call it. This is not a dedicated yarn room. I have this bank of shelves right here, my mannequin right here. That's the yarn. All of that's in there. The rest of the room is different things. I've got a wash basin, a wash machine and dryer right behind you. So it's a multi-purpose, multi-function room. And it is a lot fuller than I expected. Hi, Landa. It's like, love being able to support one of my favorite content creators. Thank you so much. I'm one of the favorites. I'm one of the favorites. Cool. I'm going to tell my husband. I tell my husband everything. He laughs at your guys' comments, especially when you egg me on different things. Like with the socks, commenting on that, it's like, ooh, he gets to have his annual. Oh, he loved that. When you guys sided with him and said that I have been doing annual toe socks, oh, he was on cloud 9. He's like, see, told you, you were doing them. You were giving me annual toe socks. I want my annual toe socks. I'm like, no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. And then he pulls them out of the drawer. Evidently, I did not remember this, but you guys did, and you called me out on it, and he was ecstatic. Oh my gosh, he was so thrilled. And now he's like, I get semi-annual. I get some in July and December. Oh my gosh, he is hilarious. He's the biggest supporter, and he's also the one that knows how to push my buttons. Yes, he does. Let's see. No, I didn't find the Hexicardi. I did not. I did not go back in my room. I have a baby Hexicardi upstairs in a bag, box, bin, or something. I'm not sure because, again, I cleaned my room and there's a lot more floor space, and I put things in bags, boxes, and bins and hid them all away. And I don't know where the Hexicardi is, but I do know, because you guys reminded me, is it's pretty close. It's pretty much just sewing everything together. I could add an extra round or two on it to make it bigger, but it's pretty close to just sewing it together and having something else done. This week has been crazy with the amount of things done. Yeah, UFO. Oh yeah, there's definitely, there's definitely. And thank you, Jane. I appreciate that with a thumbs up. I really do. Again, YouTube says it's important, so we're just going to go with what YouTube says. I guess they know. I don't know. I don't know. But this week has been crazy. I've finished a sweater, and then the bears. I'm still, oh my gosh, so many bears. And nobody's been asking for them. It's not like, oh, I've got to make 5 more because, my coworkers saw them, or my kids saw them, or my grandkids want. No, this is all me. And I still haven't used my fancy teddy bear yarn. When I went to Fort Collins, and I went to the 3 different yarn stores in Fort Collins, and I got that Mode by Rowan. I got the same yarn, different colors, but I got the same yarn at all 3 stores to make teddy bears. 5 teddy bears, and I haven't used the yarn. 5 different teddy bears using different yarns, and have not used that special yarn. It's hilarious. Oh, I don't know. Um, yeah, you have a few of those UFOs, Amanda? Yes, I think we all do. We do. And a few of those never finished. Well, as we've seen from the Tackle It series, just because it's not finished this year does not mean it won't get finished. Um, that sweater, you know what? I keep saying that I made that sweater. I started it in 2017. I don't think I did. The only reason I'm saying that is I just saw on one of the Facebook, those memory things that pop up. Stash is a yarn store that used to be in my town in Colorado, and it closed 9 years ago. I bought that yarn at Stash. My friend and I both were making our stuff. So maybe I started it sooner or, longer than that, because that's where I got that yarn. And you couldn't have gotten it before they went out of business. So I'm not really sure what year I started that one, but I am so happy it is finished and love the way that it looks. I really do. I'm not looking forward to the cold weather yet, but when we do get the cold weather, I'm looking forward to wearing that one. It's a hug. Oh my gosh, that is such a nice warm hug. It really is. Uh, Crafty, I don't go live a whole bunch, but I thought, you know what? I'm sitting here working on this anyway, and I wanted to go maybe outside, but since I'm only on one camera, I probably should have gone outside. I was going to do the whole thing. I got the little setup, and I was going to have this to where you could actually see my hands while I'm knitting, but I got that weird echo and couldn't make it shut up. So we're just going to have to figure that one out next time. It's a beautiful day. The sun is great. The sky is so blue. I mean, if you've not been to Colorado, the blue sky that Colorado has is just so vibrant and so amazing. And that's what it is right now outside. And I was kind of torn. Do I go outside and do that and fight with my puppy with the coffee? Because if I go out there and I have a coffee cup that's open like this, oh no, he's going to be all over me. I have to be in a sippy cup. I have to be in a travel cup, to go cup, adult sippy cup, but not just a regular coffee cup, because he's a coffee fiend. They're not supposed to have coffee, but they don't know that, and they will get it. Just like children, if you leave it down, they will get it. So that's just how they are. Oh, what pattern are you using, Crafty? I'm curious, because I've been stuck with these two right now, a crocheted one and a knit one, but there's so many more. There's a ton of patterns out there, so I'm curious, which one did you get? Landis says it's hot, humid, and overcast down here in San Antonio. Ooh, yeah. We've talked about, if we were to move from Colorado, where would we go? Because we watch a lot of those channels, the best places to retire, the best place, all the best places channels. We watch a lot of those and we look at all the different things and the pros and cons. And it's kind of fun to sit and dream. And we do that while we're looking out our window. And I mean, this isn't a good view, but while we're looking out of our window and everything going, yeah, I think we're going to just stay. I like our view. I like our house. It's pretty amazing. And I've got all my stuff set up and everything else. But we always look. I mean, it's a pastime. It's kind of like filling your cart for the yarn. I fill my cart all the time. It doesn't mean I want to push the button. It doesn't mean that I actually want all the yarn that I filled the cart with. I mean, it's fun to dream, just like watching those channels. It's fun to dream. It's fun to think about, but putting it into reality or actually getting it, because if I actually ordered every time I filled a cart, there wouldn't be room in my house for people. There just wouldn't. I don't think my bank account would agree with it either, but that's not the point, right? You can dream on imaginary money. It doesn't matter. And I do the same thing. So we always look at all the different places and think, okay, what's the pros from here? What's the cons from here? Can you afford it? Can you not afford it? What would you do? All that stuff. And Texas is a nice one, but the heat, ooh, I'm not keen on too hot and I'm not keen on too cold. So that kind of narrows things down some. Hubby found that out. I was in Maryland, and Maryland is a wet cold. Oh my gosh. I was there for 14 months. A wet, wet cold, and it was so frigid and so cold. And he was teasing. I look like a chihuahua. I did, because I'd get cold and I'd just shake like this, and you just shake so much my back would hurt. And he's like, "Yeah, you don't do well with the cold." No, no, I don't. Which makes it funny that we live in Colorado, but it's not as cold as you think, depending on where you are. Hi, Michael. How are you doing? Welcome aboard. Thanks for coming in. But it's not. It took my husband like 10 years to get me here in Colorado. It really did. Because I grew up in Michigan. And Michigan, it snows. And when it stops snowing, then it starts to melt, and then when everything melts, it gets back down to that first snow. It snows and piles and snows and piles. Colorado snows and melts. You'll have people when it's snowing go out and shoveling in shorts because it's warmed up and it's starting to melt. It's the weirdest thing. It's not the same as Michigan, not at all. Hi, Lana Banana Crochet. How are you doing? And then Jane says, oh, Christine Plymouth Fury thinks she's a child, but when I tell her she's not, she gets offended. Okay. And Lana's here and say, hello. Everyone's greeting and saying hello. It's like, I'm over Michigan winters. Yeah, nope. I did. I grew up in Michigan, and I joined the Army when I was 17, and my first duty station was in Germany. And I've visited Michigan. I've gone back to Michigan to visit a couple times, but I haven't lived there since I was 17. But I was born and raised in Michigan, and I remember the cold is that way. And when my husband tried to convince me to come to Colorado, I kept saying no because all I saw were newscasters in the side of the road going, look, Colorado blizzard, look at this. And you have all the snow coming down. And my paradigm is, it snows, and then in the spring that will melt, and that's just not the case. So it took them a good decade to get me here, but we've been here for 25 years, and longer than we've ever been anywhere else in our lives, so we're quite happy with it. It's what we know, it's where we've raised our kids and where our grandkids are, and who wants to walk away from that? I mean, we got babies, we got a new baby coming, I mean, we just had one and we got another one coming. I mean, our family's growing, we are blessed. So I'm not starting any more traditions. I know that was suggested. Hey, you can start a tradition. You can do the teddy bears for the kids. No. I can give the kids a teddy bear, but I am not starting a tradition. My family's growing, and it's a blessing. I'm already doing the socks, right? I started the socks with the children, and then the children found spouses, so they grew. And then the spouses and the children had babies, and it grew, right? That's the way it's supposed to. So no, I'm not committing any more of that. Oh, no. Let's see. Hi from Cape Town. Cape Town. Wow, that is quite far away. And my ex-stepdad was in the Army, and we lived in Darmstadt and Baumholder. Loved it. I was in Würzburg. I met my husband in Würzburg, Germany. So we were both military way back in the day. That's where we met. So I was born in Lapeer, Michigan. I was raised in Byron, Michigan, more than anything, but I was born at the Lapeer, Michigan Hospital. Now, I don't know about everyone else, but that's where I was at. Let's see. Mount Clemens, and grew up in Ann Arbor. We would visit Ann Arbor, but so I'm familiar with location, but definitely didn't grow up there. And we went to Detroit. My grandma lived in the Detroit area, Dearborn Heights. So we would go through and everything around that area to visit grandma, and we'd do that every Sunday. Let's see. Yes, you have roots there. Yeah, we do. We all travel. We all have our roots. I found there were a lot of people in the military who came from Michigan. Maybe at that time period. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was more keen to it since I was from Michigan that I paid more attention. And maybe it wasn't any more than any other grouping, but I noticed it more. See, only overseas. I was stationed at Okinawa, Japan, and loved it. Yeah, my husband really wanted to go to Japan. We never did. Our son went into the Navy, and he did get to go to Japan. He was stationed in Japan. Well, when he wasn't on a boat, right? But he got to go to Japan, but we were not in that area. We've talked about it. We've talked about maybe vacationing or something like that, and going. That was one of the trips that he always wanted to do. One day we might. One day, I don't know. Let's see. Crafty Cafe says, not to play the gender card, but being female in the Army back then, I'm sure would have been, yes. That's a good way to put it. There, that is. My husband had always commented, he's like, because I did active duty, the reserves, and then finished out in the National Guard. I had 27 years total in the military. And he kept telling me, he's like, you need to get out of the military because, especially back in the 80s, the women, what I noticed is you would see women that if you looked at their individual features, they were beautiful, right? Just absolutely beautiful women, but they didn't look beautiful, and they looked bitter, right? You could see the crow's feet and stuff. And hey, puppy, and you can have crow's feet and be beautiful. We understand that, but they looked bitter because they had a hard life, a very hard life. And I liken it to saying, the beautiful people, but their ugly was coming out. And he kept commenting, especially when I was getting close to 20, he's like, honey, you need to get out before you start looking like that. You just having the bitter look. But the military, back in the 80s, it was different. That's a good way to put it. It was different. That's a happy way of saying it. We know where that's going. Let's see, Midland, Michigan. Oh, that's nice. I know Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches is also a Michigan, and her and I are both. She's 10 years younger than I am. We're both Leos. Our birthdays are about a week apart, 10 years, but about a week apart days wise. And she's also Michigan. So when she talks about the different things, I kind of giggle because I'm like, yeah. And she talks about going to Myers and stuff in the different places. Like, yep, I know. Uh, and Amanda was born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana, and still living here. She lived a couple of other places, but this is home. I get it. When you have home, you have home. Landa was born in Kenosha in her teen years in Indianapolis. Over the bone. Oh, see, that's just it. I don't like it super hot and definitely bone chilling. Oh no, 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 no. And that wet cold. Michigan has a wet cold, obviously, with the Great Lakes. Maryland had that wet, wet cold. No, thank you. Flint and Saginaw. Yeah. Yep. Definitely know them well. And it says, I saw that too in the Navy when I joined in 1996 through 2010. Military took toll. Yeah, females. It did. It was because I remember I turned 18 in basic training. So when I first went to Germany, I was 18 years old. As a E4 in the military, 18 years old. She looked like a child, no doubt. And the women, if you think about it, E6, E7, they've been in 16 to 18 years, and they weren't old or by any stretch of the imagination, but boy, they had a rough life. They had a hard, hard life. And they just looked a lot older than what they should have. And it was just, there's differences. There are definitely differences. Yeah. So Michael, you are right on that one. You bitter? I can't imagine. No, I got drug tested a lot because I was always smiley like this. And the concept or the adage was I couldn't be happy like this unless I was taking drugs. No, I've never been a drug person. Not interested. Then of course in the military, not able to. Yes, I'm in Colorado. I could do that now. No desire at all. So not a thing, but I got a lot of drug tests. I got to pee in the bottle a lot. They always had me as the control also. And it's like, oh, look, we have to have girls pee in the bottle. Shannon, here, you go pee in the bottle. It was always. It's like, ugh, it's constant. And I think it was definitely from the attitude. People were not used to that type of a thing. Yeah. So always the smiling. And I got a lot of comments on that too. Like, that's not right. Because, you get up in the morning, you're doing PT. No one liked to do PT, right? You do physical exercise, physical training. And you're doing that in the morning. It's mandatory fun. And I'm smiling. I'm in a good mood. I'm having fun. And yeah, that's unhappy people don't like it when you're happy around them. They don't like it when you're like this. They're like, no, I'm gonna pop your balloon. And like that's the attitude. And no, I spent 27 years in and I still smile. So like, you didn't beat me, so there. So that's just how that works. Um, uh, mine changed 24 or 24 Fox 74 Fox, 25 Bravo. It was always in the computer world. They kept changing the nomenclature, but always working with computers, even when the computers weren't really computers, like way back in the day, that type of thing. But yeah, always that computer programmer analyst. That's where I was at the entire time. So close to the flagpole, close to that with that type of stuff. Yeah, that was my role the whole time. Fun times. There you go. I can see the random test happening on the happy. Oh yeah, your hubby's super happy, and he got randomized every one of them. It was constant. I would go away to a training school. They would send me Fort Gordon, Georgia for Signal. Doing the computers training, and I'm there for 3 months, just like everyone else. And they have a random test. They have other courses that aren't there as long. Anytime they had a random test, I was always in it. Always. I'm like, come on, guys. I don't need that. I don't want that. Go away. Let's see. Do we happen to have a current whip count? I don't. I don't know if you do. Crafty, do you count how many whips you have? Um, I don't really know. I think you guys might know more than I do. And I know that sounds really kind of funny on that. Um, the reason I say that is if I'm not working on it kind of semi regularly, I don't really count it as a whip anymore because to me, whip is work in progress. And if I haven't touched it in a couple weeks, is it really a work in progress? So I don't know. And then my older stuff, the ones before we moved into this house that I've got in the box, those are over 3 years old, and those are my vintage projects. So when I pull them back in, like the Miranda sweater, that's a vintage project that got pulled back in, and it became a whip and got done. But I have no idea how many I have. Absolutely not. You guys have seen me go through some of my boxes and bins, and I haven't hit all of them. So I don't know. And some of those things that you've seen me grab out, would you count those as whips? I mean, it's some of them are yarn ready to be reclaimed. That's not a whip. It just hasn't been wound back up. I've definitely pulled a few out. I'm like, I don't need that. Yeah, Landa, I think I would be afraid to count mine too. Somebody had commented that I should have not only the Magnificent Seven, which I've got to grab all my sweaters and do the whole sweater thing. Magnificent Seven with the sweaters. I should also have it with the shawls. And I said, I don't think I have that many shawls going on where I would have seven. And then I started to kind of think about it, and I don't know. I have my whiteout shawl. I have the orange porcelain berry shawl that I'm crocheting. There's a green shawl that I started with Arcane Fiberworks, like a green variegated that I've got about that far on. I think when I locate that one again, it's getting pulled out. But I mean, that's the third one. The friendship shawl, everyone keeps reminding me, I forget that one every time. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at. But the friendship shawl is one I always forget, and it's bright. I've got that in super bright jewel towns. So that's four. I know I've got two more prototypes that I'd started working on with Arcane Fiberworks that I've got about a skein in each of those. So that's six. I might. Can you guys think of another one? Did I miss one? I'm sure I missed at least one. Is there another one that you guys have seen that, we could add to that? Maybe I can grab, maybe I do have seven. I don't know. But when I read that, I'm like, why? I've only got two. What do you want me to cast on that many more? No. Shells are big. Shawls take some time, especially if you want to do one of those really big ones like a Stephen West shawl or the which one is it that I want to do my Mother's Day yarn with? Only something, only in the books. Only I don't remember, but it was a mystery knit along. It's obviously they know what we know what it is now. I forget the name of it, but that's a big one too because that takes what like 4 skeins of sock yarn fingering weight. My whiteout shawl says 5. I don't know how many of the 5, but those are big projects. I don't know. Maybe I do have that many. I'm not going to think about that. You can tell me. You guys can tell me. So you're planning on selling a lot of your finished objects at the end. What things do you make, homesteading woman? Do you have an Etsy or something? And Oddballs is saying hello to everybody. Hello. And just won a bunch of EFA yarn. Ooh, okay. Expression Fiber Arts. Okay, I was like, I know that name. I know that name. Expression Fiber Arts yarn yesterday. So I entered a shawl and I made oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Unpopular opinion, sorry, but you couldn't pay me to do a mystery. Well, see, now the mystery knit along that I'm wanting to do, it's after the mystery. So I get to see it. So I don't want to do one during the mystery, especially these that take like the 4 or 5 skeins of yarn. That's a lot of time. It's a lot of financial commitment. It's a lot of time commitment. I want to know that I'm going to like the project first. I love the idea of a mystery, but I'm like you. I'm not going to join it while it's a mystery. Maybe if I saw it like 2 or 3 clues in and going, I really like where this is going, I might join it then. But I've already seen a whole bunch. But I'm with you. I am not going to just jump on a mystery. Oh no. Okay, let me see, where am I at? 3. I'm going to count. Make sure my gusset fits. I don't want to keep knitting away and then have to rip out a couple rows because I was just knitting away, just enjoying my little process. How many stitches? I've got to get it, since I'm doing the 64 stitches, I've got to get each side down to 16. So where am I at? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay. I had 19. Okay, we're good. I'm good. I'm good for a while. Got that. Yep. But that's really cool that you won a bunch of expression fiber arts. Do you have plans for it? I mean, that's some expensive yarn. It's nice. I've got some. A friend of mine sent some to me. That's a really nice yarn. Fortunately, no Etsy yet. Yeah, I don't have that either. Too much work, just a market. And hi, the oddball says, I don't sell my makes. I won't get what I think they're worth. I get that. So I give them as gifts. That's what I do too. I've sold things in the past, but that's humbling. It's like I have 2 lace doilies on the needles and lace curtains for our new house. Are you crocheting or knitting those? And then Jeans says, I'm doing the MCAL with Expression Fiber Arts. That's cool. I get that with the selling your stuff. People have said that for me too. It's like, hey, you should sell your stuff. And I've done that before, but I'll give away things, but trying to sell it, I don't want to barter. I don't want to bargain. I know the cost of the things that I use, and I know the price. If I were to do, hey, I spent a week on this and charged appropriately, I wouldn't want somebody to insult me, and I wouldn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. That's a good way to put it. There you go. So I don't generally sell things. I've given things away easily, but don't generally sell things. Like you talk about having an Etsy shop. That's the other thing. I do not do the whole mailing things in a timely manner. So I would have really crappy ratings. It's like, I ordered this and it was supposed to be sent out and it didn't get sent out. Oh, I'll send it out. You'll get it, but not in a timely manner. So that's not a good thing. My members know that I had just a small handful of members last Christmas. And I said, everybody that was a member of my channel at that time, if they wanted it and they sent me their address, because not everybody that was a member wanted it. All those hats that I made last year, I sent one to all my members that gave me their address. And when did I do that? I packaged it up months ago. When did I send it? About a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Like with the apology, thank you so much for being a member. And some of the people, they weren't members anymore, but that's fine. I promised, and they gave me their address, so I sent it. I just, not a timely manner. So there you go. That was totally on me. But that was, yeah. Oh, okay. Here, guys. Here. Sorry. I appreciate you being here, but I did still do it. I did do that. And I think I also, in some of them, I also, depending on who it was, I added some extra yarn because they were people that did a lot of comments. So I kind of had an idea what they were interested in. So I threw threw an extra bit skein of yarn or two in there. It's always interesting to figure out what people would like with yarn. I don't have an issue sharing what I have. I have an issue picking out something I think others might like. Hi, is it Arrow Love? Okay, so Tunisian crochet. Oh, Linda's doing Tunisian crochet. Ooh, I've done a little bit, but I've not done a lot on Tunisian either. But for me, with like when we did the mystery knit-alongs, when Lori from the Armchair Chef was hosting those, and I would pack up a bag of yarn and send to somebody. That one I was timely on, but what I would send that to somebody and they would send a package to me. I had no problem sharing the yarn. I've talked about this before. Who buys my yarn? I know it's me, but my goodness, you would think with having this much yarn, some of it would match. No, with yarn weight, with quantity, with fiber, something would match. No, not really, not really. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. But it's okay. Oh, you want. Okay, so here's something. I didn't throw this out there as far as I wanted, the whole scheduling live and everything, and put that out there because I'm doing this thing. But I hit a milestone. Guess what my milestone was? It's with the channel. It's a channel milestone, right? What do you think? What do you think? Come on, throw some guesses. Throw some guesses. What kind of milestone do you think I'm excited about? I've been doing this for 2 years now. I have not shut up about yarn, knitting, and crocheting for 2 years. Can you believe it? But I hit a milestone. It took me 2 years to get there. What do you think it is? Now we know, if you look at it, I've got over 5,000 subscribers, so that's cool. So it's not like a round number, because I've had 5,000 for a little while, but I hit a milestone. Any guesses? Any guesses? Let's see. Yep, I enjoy customizing, sending out packages, but I want to know what you like. See, that's me with Hexie. That's the Helix. Sorry about that. That's me. I want to know that you're going to like it. I have a lot of fingering weight yarn. I love fingering weight yarn, as we know. Not everyone likes that. So sending hand-dyed fingering weight yarn to somebody who's like, I want worsted and above, is going to be a disappointment. just because I like it doesn't mean other people like it. So, you know, I'll go through my stuff going, what's that person interested in? What's something that they might like? And it's the hardest thing. It's not a matter of I don't want to share. Or I've got things where before we moved into this house, when we were packing, nope, still haven't gotten it, but I am getting closer to 6,000. Uh, but before we went in this house, I cataloged all my yarn and put it into Ravelry. So I'll get requests every once in a while. It's like, hey, would you be willing to part with this? And truthfully, if they were close by where I could go, here, there you go, I would. But the fact that I have to put it in something and mail it, no, that's the thing. I'm like, I don't have a problem sharing it. If you're local, you can have it. There you go. But if I have to get it to you, your project's going to be done. Yeah. Or like Lori, I just recently sent her. I could maybe send her this one of these. She needs this. Okay, I've got 6 of them. Well, I've got 5 now because I tried to send her one. So I sent this to her. Again, got a hiccup with the mail and everything. So it's in La La Land at the moment, but I've got more, so I can try to send her another one. But she's got a project she's actively working on with this. It's the Lion Brand Comfy Cotton. So that one I tried to get out to her halfway decent. And then Deb Morgan was doing the backpack clip drives, and I got some little critters that I had crocheted up, and I did get them to her, and she did get them in time, barely, barely, but they did make it. But yeah, that's so I was really happy that they at least made it. So that was really good. Like, yeah, Paul, I get it. People who like the DK and everything, I've got some stuff that's larger, definitely. But, you know, knowing that, and I've done the thing too when I've sent packages out, what are you interested in? So then I can try to make sure that I either put wool in it or don't put wool in it, right? Because not everyone can handle wool. They might like it, but it doesn't like them. And then there's that size thing. You know, I do know don't send lace to anybody unless they specifically ask for it. I mean, if people aren't crazy about fingering weight, they're not going to be crazy about lace weight. That's it. So you seriously better it. Yeah, I haven't put any of this new stuff in there for the last 3 years, but I did previously. All right, what are they saying? Used to only use thicker yarns, but recently I really, now why, Sabrina, what, I just put that one back up. I don't know why Nightbot or whatever, it just hid that. That's not even that. What in that comment did Nightbot think was bad? I used to only use thicker yarns, but recently I've really loving fingering weight. What is where yarns? What is bad about that? Why did that get blocked? I have no idea. So at least I saw it. So I am not blocking, but Nightbot thought that was bad. I don't know. Yeah, I like the smaller yarns. It's not the best for a channel necessarily because you know it's like, hey, look what I made. It's this big. Look, it took me a whole week to work on it. I got that much. You know, it's not that wow factor, but it's like painting. There's just so many, and then the hand dyeds get me. I mean, that's this section that you can see right here. That's right there. That's Arcane Fiberworks. Yeah. Yeah, I had a little bit of a love affair with Tyler and his yarn, man. I'm telling you, not like literally with him, but with this yarn, no doubt. And I have quite the collection, and I have to learn to knit faster, and knit faster, crochet faster, right? Yep, yep. Okay. So my milestone that I made that I think I should do a giveaway for, 1 million views. I have hit over 1 million views. It took me 2 years to do it, but somebody, people, etc., have clicked on my thumbnail 1 million times. That is amazing to me. That is amazing. I know there are videos that just go viral and you get like 1 million views on a video. Not for me, but you know, I got 1 million views on my channel. That's my milestone. I think that's a milestone. I think that is absolutely amazing. That to me is just really, really cool. Yep. 1 million. I'm like, whoa, check that out. Oh, let's see. What does it say right now? Because I hit the million a little bit ago. Well, not a little bit. Well, I hit it more than just yesterday. Let's put it that way. Let's see. What does it say? Where is it at? Come on, open up. Hit the more. Hit the more. No, not there. Open the other one. All right. 1,021,232 views. It shows right there. I don't know. You can't see it, but you can look at the views of whatever. But yeah, over 1 million views. That to me is absolutely crazy. So I tell my kids, it's like, ooh, look, people have clicked on your mom this many times. That's right. I'm a big deal. which I think is hilarious because I'm not really a big deal, but it is funny, right, to the kids. Like your your mom's on the YouTube channel. Your mom's talking about yarn and people are following it. So they're like, okay. What was it? My middle son, he's like, yeah, it's like that small little niche market thing or what have you, whatever. You just get maybe a few people will watch you if that. Yeah, like, well, I stuck to it. So there you have it. So we've got this. So there, that's my big portion as far as that goes. That's cool. Let's see. DK and above. What do I have? I've got down here is I've got some Lion Brand. Most of my stuff down here is Joanne Big Twist, and then I've got the hand dyeds right there. That's the majority of my stuff in this room. Let's see. Yeah, 1 million views. It's fabulous. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I mean, that to me was really cool. That when I looked at that, and I was tracking it, and it was like 965,000, and I was watching it from then on. I'm like, it's gonna be 1 million. How many days? It's gonna hit 1 million. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. Yeah, it's taken 2 years, but there you have it. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a goal, but I think it's a pretty cool milestone. It's like the guesses for the 5,000. Yeah, that's a milestone. Now, YouTube doesn't give you anything different for it, right? When you get the 1,000 and you get your watch hours, you can get monetized, and you can do the memberships. So I do have memberships. You have the memberships, you can do the stickers, you can do the super chats and stuff like that. But they don't give you anything different between 5,000 and 6,000 or 500,000 views and 1 million views, but it's still kind of, it's bragging rights. It's still kind of cool. I'm like, that's pretty neat. That's a big round number. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. Your kids have to know. Yeah, they do. They do know. They are aware that it is a big deal. I've got one of my daughter-in-laws that works on singing and doing some other stuff. And I'm like, why don't you do a channel? You are so engaging and you're so personable, and I think you would do really well. But it takes dedication. It does. I think people want instant, and this is not instant. And I have a lot of people, as I can see in the chat, that also have channels, and this is not instant. This is a continual. This is, as much as I comment on the please like and subscribe and do the thumbs up. I know for YouTube that matters. I understand that. And you've got a lot of people on here that are content creators too, and you guys get it. 100%. It takes time. Even if you're here, as we know, I'm a daily filmer. And I've been doing it for 2 years. I'm a daily. It cracks me up when people do the Vlogmas. It's like, okay, I'm doing 30 days and I'm doing a vlog every single day, and this is hard. And this is this. Yeah, I know. I've been doing it for 2 years. But it's dedication. It's more than just if it's a daily video, the 20 to 30 minutes or however long my daily video is. It's more time than that to work through the process, to edit or not edit. Even if you don't edit your videos, it takes time. It does. And then not only that, what am I showing? Have I done anything? Is there anything interesting, fun, and exciting as far as the yarn world's concerned? Is it the same project that I've been working on every single day for the last month, or have I changed it up? I mean, all those things, it makes a difference. It does. Sabrina, congratulations. You have 9 subscribers. That's really cool. I don't have this set up. If somebody can tell me how to set this up to where I can do the whole drop a link. If you guys can click on Sabrina's name and see if you can subscribe to her, I'm sure that would help out. That's what this community is about, is helping one another and supporting each other. That would be great. Sabrina, one of the other things that I would also recommend that you do, so you've got 9 subscribers. I assume you don't have a lot of videos yet. You might, is go ahead and make a playlist of all your videos. You can make as many playlists as you want, but make at least one that is all of your videos. And what that does is it helps people like us that want to help you. Then we can click on that and just let that play in the background, whether you're actively listening to it or not, and it'll count towards you for your hours for viewed. And if you have a playlist like that, then it allows everybody to help you better. And then the other thing too is, and this is for everybody else that's here, content creators, like, if you have more than one device, which most of us do, logging in counts as one view, right, on said device, but have all your other devices logged out and then play that person. So if you have like the iPad, I'm not playing with my iPad. I could set my iPad to play your channel or somebody else's channel, which is I do that a lot, and just walk away from it. Just have it down low to where I'm just doing other things, and it counts towards their watch hours. And if it's somebody that's already monetized, then it'll play through their commercials also. And YouTube pays on the commercials, not the hours viewed. So it helps as far as that goes. But that is a recommendation for anybody that has a channel or not. If you're trying to help out your favorite YouTube podcaster, do that. Just play on all the different devices. You know, that's why my husband, he watches my channel and he's my biggest fan. He watches on his device. I'll play it on my device. And hey, it counts. It counts. It counts. And that's a good way to help each other out. It really is. Kevin, you watch me every morning? Aw, that's cool. I like that. I like being the crafting buddy. I do. I'm telling you, this is my world. This is what I like to do. Hubby and I, we talked about, well, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to travel? And we were looking at I was looking at like day trips here in Colorado because Colorado's beautiful. There's a lot of things. And he's like, okay, I just pulled up in Google, and a lot of the day trips are drive to said location to where maybe you can drive to the national parks, you can do a tour bus, you can do that. And he's what, drive to drive? And what I realized is I'm going to be knitting the whole time, and he's going to be grumpy at me because I'm not doing this and looking around and I'll be playing with my project. So we're not doing that. I'm just going to continue with my crafting because that's what I prefer to do. It's like, why are you pretending that you want to go around? Why are you even pretending this? You are stressing yourself out. Enjoy your crafts. Have fun. So yes, that's what I'm doing. So he didn't even bother today. We got invited and we were going to go to the Renaissance Festival, and we haven't gone, I think, in like 20 years, and we were going to do that this morning. And it was like I didn't answer him fast enough. I was talking to the members because I didn't remember video this morning. I was talking to the members and saying, yeah, we're going to go to the Ren Festival. And he got home and it wasn't even 9 o'clock. He texted the person back that had invited us like, yeah, Shannon's really not into it today, we're not going to go. It's like he's like, good, you do your craft, I'm doing my thing, there you have it. And truthfully, this is my cast on that I would not be doing if I'm out in the blazing sun and if at the Renaissance Festival. So I am still doing what I want to do. This is what you call knowing your partner. We know each other quite well. He knew what I wanted to do. So there you go. Oh, Helix, thank you so much. That is the support that we do here in this community. So that is wonderful. So Sabrina got at least another subscriber. Oh, Sherry, that is so nice of you. Thank you. Let's see. You can make a pair in 8 days. Toe socks. Sherry, did you get a package? I want to make sure that you got a package. I got to go look at my pirate ship to make sure that you got a package. Because I have to know that if you didn't, then I have to go dispute it and say, hey, where'd her package go? Because I did send you one. Let's see. So Paula, you can go ahead and subscribe to people whether they have channels or not. I know Lori from Armchair Chef, she had subscribed to me before I had ever put a video out. And she's very much the cheerleader and encouraging. And it's like, yes, you need to do this. I'm like, okay. And my first video was me doing something for the Mystery Yarn Challenge. Yes, my package got here. Thank you. There you go. That's all I needed to know. I just wanted to make sure because Lori's had a detour. Okay, so I have to go in and I had to do the missing mail thing with hers. So that's all I wanted to make sure is that you actually got that. That was what was important on that one. And said, what if I have the paid premium YouTube? Yeah, actually there is. It does. I don't know how they do the algorithm, the portion on that, but the paid premium YouTube does give something to the content creators. However, YouTube figures it out. It does something. So Sabrina's getting some subscribers, so that's wonderful. This is the YouTube community helping each other out. Rachel says, my husband wants ninja socks after seeing them. Yeah, I know. And so I commented, my hubby is like, hey, can we give these to you as the his and hers Christmas socks? You know, because we have the his and hers sweater that we can share. And I did try them on and they do fit him, the sparkle ones. And like I said, my men and my family, they do not care. I made the socks. They don't care if it's sparkle, neon, girly, pink, purple. It does not matter. So I'm like, hey, we can do that. And then I can wear them for travel socks. So I think he's going to, he still wants a Christmas pair. I thought I could get out of it. I was trying to do that to kind of get out of it going, hey, here's your anniversary pair and you got sparkle pair at Christmas time. But I don't think I'm going to win that battle. I think he's expecting another pair. Like, that's just not right. You know, I'd be almost done with my socks if I'd stop giving them away right now, or making pairs that are maybe like mine. That doesn't help putting things in the bin. That doesn't help at all. Yep. Thank you, Paula. That's very kind of you. Let's see. Let's see. Sherry says, trying to decide what to make with the sparkly brown and pink. All right. Well, that's fun. And Paula says, nice to see someone who's got a bigger yarn stash than me. I have a friend that makes mine look like it's poultry. And it's so amazing. I've been invited to her house a couple times and I got to peruse her stuff. And it's just, I'm in awe. And it's not a jealousy and awe. It's not anything like that. I get so excited, almost as excited as you'd think that I am in my own stuff. So excited because everybody finds different things. Because let's face it, our yarn collections are a hunt and a carefully curated collection over the years. So she has just this massive yarn store in her house. Like I said, it makes mine look paltry. And it is the most amazing things just to see the stuff that struck her fancy, right? The different brands, the different kinds, the sparkle, the non-sparkle, the different fibers. It is so much fun. And I'm just like, I've only been invited in, to go perusing a couple times, just, out of curiosity. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is one of those things that, it's like, please, can I come over? I'll bring lunch, right? Yeah, I don't want to take your stuff. That's not what I'm getting at. I just want to look. It's like a voyeurism, but not in an icky way, right? I just want to be part of it, to see through your eyes. And that's exactly where that is. Hi, Elaine. How are you doing today? See, mom spread out. Oh, yeah, I get it. Mine is in the 2 rooms. I tried to keep it in the 1 room in this house. And yeah, Joanne going out of business just wiped that out. I mean, I just got so much up here. Elaine, I am so sorry about your bunny rabbit. She was making this bunny rabbit. That pattern was not what she expected. It's cute, but it's not what she expected. So I am sorry that you had to go through that. And let's see, I've never made socks on the size of the yarn. Well, you can, Paula, if you're interested in doing socks, the one that I always recommend to people if they haven't done any is the Easy Peasy sock pattern. It's on Ravelry. It's free. It's worsted weight yarn, and you're making it on size 5s. My first pair of socks, I did a worsted weight pair of socks on larger needles. Now, I taught myself out of a different book, but point is, you get the mechanics. And it's something you're comfortable with. Size 5s, not tiny, not the size 1s, 2.25 millimeter. So you've got larger needles. You're using yarn that you can feel. It has a heft to it. You are using something that doesn't have as many stitches, so you're going to get there faster. And you get that comfort level of, oh, I get the mechanics. I understand what's going on, and you're getting a project done a lot faster. So it really builds the confidence, and you understand all the pieces to it. Highly recommend that. And who doesn't like a nice warm slipper pair of socks? I mean, that's exactly what it's going to do for you, and you'll understand how to do it, and you'll be more comfortable for moving down into the smaller yarns. Yep. So yeah, that's my favorite one. I got, my daughter had made like a half a pair of socks years and years ago. I got to get her to try that again, but she'd gotten like half the pair. But kids. But that's one of the best ones that I think anyway. And Melissa finally caught alive. Hi, so happy you're here. Sent me an email about heading to Ogallala, Nebraska to visit your daughter and her family. Yeah. Oh, did you go? Okay, that's cool because they just hit their 1-year anniversary, the store in Ogallala. We're going to go there again in a couple months. I know we're going to be traveling a little bit more, so we're going to go there again. So that'll be fun. Elaine says, Big Bunny may need his own seat. Yeah, no kidding. That's a huge rabbit. You did a huge rabbit, and that's the big yarn too. And looking for toe-up sock pattern, any suggestions? I don't generally do toe-up socks. I love the concept of them, but I was never happy with my bind-off, so that's not the route. And I think it's because I started with the top down. I understand my sizing better top down than I do starting from the toe and then where I should start the heel. I know it's a me thing. I just haven't done enough of the toe up. I have done them, but I haven't done enough of them to definitely pick out a pattern to be able to help you. If anyone else has any toe up sock patterns they recommend, please put it in the comments so we can help each other out. I just know I haven't worked through them and I don't want to lead you astray. And Kevin says, once you knit one, you realize it's kind of easy, but isn't it though? It is highly addictive. I had started doing the let me make socks for the family decades ago. Well, maybe not decades. It's been a long time. My oldest son was 18. He was younger than 18, but I one of his friends at his 18th birthday, he told me that I don't remember doing it, but I don't doubt it either. I commented, I said, don't laugh when I gave Brandon, our child that was 18 at the time, a pair of hand knit socks. I said, this is our family tradition and this is very important. And from that point on, he always wanted to hand knit something from me. And last year or the year before, I gave him a pair of socks and a hand knit hat. So he was quite happy with that. I didn't know, I had no idea. But he was with us for Christmas and he got that too. So it's been quite some time that I've been doing hand knit socks for the family. Okay, it's tradition and it's grown, and the kids have grown. Paula says I bought some Timu yarn at Sherry, but I'm not convinced. I've not gotten any yarn on Timu. That is one rabbit hole I haven't gone down yet. I have enough of them. Oh my gosh, Etsy gets me for lots of different vendors, and you've seen that because when I find pretty, I share. And it's not that I'm saying, hey, look at this, it's cool. I bought it and said, look what I got. I like it, right? That's like I said, I find pretty and I share, and then we work through it. Uh, Sherry says, I like the sock yarn from Timu. It's really soft. Oh, that's nice. Sabrina's making jacquard socks that are toe up. I think you found the pattern on Premier. Okay. Yeah, Premier website has some nice patterns too. Did I go too far? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Ooh, 16. You know what that means? My gusset is done. There we go. I am down to my original thing, 64 stitches. Now I just go around and around and around until I get to the toe. I've got this much of my mini left. I've got more than this, but this is the charcoal from one of my pieces of sweaters or something that, because I've done all the sweaters and stuff with Arcane Fiberworks, and that's what this is. So I've got plenty left of that to make the second sock to match, and putting in that color work, which I find is really fun because I commented earlier in the year I wanted to do color work socks. I finished one pair of mosaic socks, which is not the slipped knitting, but it is a colorful pair. And then I've got the circuit socks, which are stalling. Yes, they have stalled. Mm-hmm. Yep, nothing wrong with them. They're beautiful, but they have stalled. And that's another mosaic pair. But this is my first pair of slipped stitched socks, and definitely wasn't ready to do the pattern all over the foot all the way, but just up at the top. So yeah, but it's something, right? We have to start somewhere. Baby steps. It doesn't matter where you are, you're the beginning of something. Now there's always going to be somebody better than you and somebody not as good as you. That's just how that works. And there we have it. So this is my first one, so I'm learning just a little bit at a time. Yep. It's like, this is the first for me catching a live. Anyway, my name is Peggy. Hi, Peggy. I'm in the process of changing my YouTube handle name, still deciding on a new one. All right. I have gone under another yarn for over a decade, and I am on Instagram, and I don't post really on Another Yarn 9. So my email is anotheryarn9@gmail. So if I couldn't get Another Yarn, then it was Another Yarn 9. And previously, and I'd lost the account and whatever, on Ravelry, it was also Another Yarn 9. So there's a lot of projects out there from mine on Another Yarn 9 if you look at the projects, some of my older projects, but I can't link my two accounts, so it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, I am. This is pretty cool because I did start this morning. The members got to see me cast it on. Well, you got a chance to see it if you wanted to. I did put a video out this morning and showing my cast on. My eyes were barely awake. Oh my gosh. But I had drawn the yarn last night, so I was ready. I was ready. I was ready. And then I watched Knitting Natty do her live. It was at 10 a.m. My time, noon Eastern. And she did a live just introducing it and what was going on. So that was fun. Like, I'm always happy for people to when they buy. I am too, Jane. I like that. It's one of those you can see through somebody else's eyes. And I will be at a yarn store, you know, like a knit day, knit night, whatever, knitting, crocheting, it doesn't matter. It's using yarn, right? Generic term. And watching people and talking to different customers and, ooh, what are you making? Now, I've been in the store for like half an hour or what have you, and I've already looked at everything. But as soon as somebody picks something up, I'm like on them, like white on rice, going, what are you doing? What are you doing? How are you making it? What are you going to make with that? And no, I don't want to take the yarn from them. I just want to know what they're doing with it because they have different ideas than I do, and I want to see the creativity, and I want to be part of that. You know, I look like a creeper. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I look like a creeper in a yarn store. I really do. And I've worked at more than one yarn store because I was such a creeper that the yarn store owner's like, yeah, you're like talking to the customers more than we are. Do you want to work here? Right. So I did some part-time years ago because why not? It was fun. Oh, there we go. Sherry's crocheting right now, testing Michi shawl. Ooh, that's right. She did have her shawl pattern out there. Very nice. And the Rena cake. I have not had any of the Rena cakes before. I have to look those up again. Someone else was asking me about that. And yeah, you did see the members live. Yeah. So you did see, I did cast this on this morning. You got to see that. But no, I have not seen the Rena cakes. I'm going to have to check those out. Has Crystal put those on her channel? Is I know I've seen a lot of the different cakes from Crystal because she does all the reviews and they're amazing. And I've seen a lot of things that I wouldn't normally see. And that's where I've learned a lot, like all of us. Well, not all of us, but like a lot of us, and pick out some of the different yarns and see it that way. So I've definitely done that with Crystal's stuff. She's amazing. Lots of fun. Let's see. So we got that. Oh wow, I've got two people, two things towards my goal. I have the little goal thing of the goal ends in like an hour, whatever. I don't know. Super chats, 10 super chats, and we should do something. We should do something. If I make the goal, what do we think? Should we send something out? Yeah. Yeah, if I make the goal and everything, but then it'll have to be, hey, Lori, how do I do that? You just showed up. Hey, couldn't have waited till my race was over. You had a race? What were you racing? What'd I miss? What'd I miss? I don't know. I needed your help earlier. What'd I miss? What'd you do? VT, sorry, I don't use a pattern for my toe-up socks. Wants Rena cakes, but better at crocheting with smaller yarn. Huh? Let's see. Elaine says, I've had craft store employees tell me I should fill out an application. I know, I'm the same way. You know, people were looking for, oh, NASCAR racing. Ah, okay. Sorry. I'm working at, look, Lori, I know you just showed up. This is my 8-day challenge socks. I just started them this morning. See? What do you think? Oh, since you were here, Lori, you missed it. My announcement that my channel big membership, or not membership, big milestone that I just did, I hit 1 million views. How cool is that? I've hit 1 million views. Thank you, Sabrina. That is very kind of you. I appreciate that. We're talking about goals. Okay, so should we do a giveaway? You guys like bigger yarns. Let's see. We're gonna do a giveaway. Let's see. Oh, I've got a bunch of the, in here, I'm looking up here. In here, I have a bunch of the, what do I have? The Joanne yarns, and I've got the Arcane Fiberworks yarns. What do I have down here? More Joanne yarns. And, ooh, I got a kit too. I got fun stuff. I've got a kit. I've got, ooh, that's my stuff. Oh, here we go. This one's nice. Big Sky yarn. I could do that. There we go. Hey, Lori, how do I do the giveaway thing on this if I hit my if I hit the 10 super chats so I can do a giveaway while we're live? Do you know? Does anyone know? I know you guys are smarter than me. This is, here we go. Well, somebody's trying to answer me on that. Absolutely addicted to Rena cakes. Mishi shows them. Okay, so I have seen them on Mishi's channel then too, because I watch her membership videos. All right, so this is Candy Heart Confessions. It's a mini skein set, Star DK, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. There's 49 yards in each skein, 294 total yards, hand dyed yarns. I got this last year in a mystery bag at the Quilter's Cottage in Nebraska. Yes, but that is what that is. So I think that's fun. It's a cool one. And they've got different names on them. They actually do have the names. Be Mine, Sweet, Love, Kiss Me, X's and O's. What's the orange one? And Call Me. The orange one's Call Me. Call Me. Let's see. And let's see. Okay, so you would check the drop-down menu to where you look to do the polls, because that's where everybody seems to go to do stuff, but I've never done it. Convince me, start my Jawbreaker socks. I'm going until I finish the other ones. All right, so let me see. Drop-down menu for something. What was that again? Drop-down menu where you look to do polls. We can do polls. All right. Well, I am so not good at this. Okay. I could do it as a afterwards too. I can definitely do it as an after, as a restream, but I'd like to do it while we're live. Let's see, start, you got 6 of them there. and I'm live, and that's show comments on the stage. Oh, we can show comments on the stage. All right, convinced me. So we got socks that are starting. What's that? Chat filter? No, we're not doing that. All right. I'm trying to push buttons so that I can figure this out so we can actually give this away live. Otherwise, we have to do it in a replay, but we can give something away. There we go. I've gotten better. I've done things. Let's see. I'm on StreamYard, and I can have Nightbot do it. Just open my Nightbot tab. Ooh, where's the Nightbot tab? Why aren't you here, Lori? Why can't you do this? Help me. Lori's like, I just showed up. Stop it. For those that don't know, Lori, the Armchair Chef, if you're not already following her, definitely follow her, subscribe to her. She's listed as one of the moderators here on the channel. She's amazing. Okay, let's see. So you got banners, media. All right. Video clips, background. Oh, I could do all sorts of weird things. No, I'm not going to. All right. Settings over here. Camera, audio recordings, layout, guests. Nope. That's not it. Don't want to get out of it. Do I not have the cool fancy things? Let's see. You do not have bot set up as a moderator. I do have Nightbot set up as a moderator. Nightbot's been yelling at people for putting in lots of emojis. Yes. So Nightbot is there. Nightbot is part of it, but I don't see it on my whole thing here on the StreamYards. I don't know. Technology. I made it live. See, I did that. But I'm not sure how to do the other part. Let's see. Open my Nightbot webpage and add the giveaway from there. Huh. Well, that says I have to remember what my Nightbot password is. I just got a new phone and had to remember all my passwords and everything. Actually, I just reset them. I didn't remember anything. It's true. Nightbot login. All right, so we'll try it. So do I want everyone eligible or only people who do a super chat? Michi makes a wheel. Oh, yeah. You have a point there. That's true. Yeah, I do like that. I think it's the super chat, so I need to do a wheel. Okay. Let's see. Log into Nightbot. Can we do a Nightbot? I know Michi does that. She's amazing. Okay. Choose an account. It remembers me. Continue. Yes, continue. All right. Nightbots, timeouts today. We've had 2 timeouts. Nightbot has not liked 2 people. And it's not that you did anything wrong. Pretty sure one of them was for putting in emojis. Nightbot doesn't like emojis. The wheel is called Wheel of Names. It's in its own webpage. If you want to just make a wheel, you can just add the names. Yep, I'll have to do that. Make a wheel. Okay. Ooh. Look, Nightbot tells me that Crafty Chats Cafe and Landa have chatted the most. You guys did 21 chats each. That's pretty cool. Come on, Lori, you gotta do more than that. Lori's like, Lori's regretting showing up. She's like, why are you picking on me? It's like, let's see. MJP362, can you give me your name? Because you comment a lot and I'd like to actually call your name and that would be really cool. And I appreciate that. It's like, I don't know how she does it. Yeah, Sherry, I think she has a lot of things that she does a little pre-setting up and everything and getting things ready because she's been doing this a whole lot longer. Giveaways. It has a giveaway tab on Nightbot. What does it do? Push the button, do something. I push the button. It's not going anywhere. All right, well, I would like to do giveaways. It just says I can hit giveaway. Hi, AJ. How are you doing? Oh, Marlene, thank you. Thank you for giving me your name. I appreciate that. Lori has an eye on Matt. Yeah, I know. Lori's like, leave me alone. Stop pestering me. Yeah. Okay. Chat moderation, Discord, giveaways. I would like to do the giveaway dashboard. Why is it not playing? It's giving me the whole list of things, but it won't actually let me do anything with it. That's no fun. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, okay. So I guess it'll make it a little bit easier. I can go back and look at everybody who has done a super chat on this channel. If we make it up to the 10, which was the goal, then I will do a wheel and put out a winner's video from everyone that's done the super chat for this. And it will be in a video afterwards. And that way I can learn things that I need to so I can do it live. But until then, that's what we have. So that's what this is for everybody that does that. I don't have any tickets, but it'll be kind of like that. I'll put the wheel up and do a little spinny thing because I do know how to do that. I have done that. And then this will be the winner. And my husband says as long as I pack it up, he'll take it to the post office in the morning. Yeah, so it'll actually get out sooner, right? Lori, yours is in La La Land. I have no idea where your package is at, but there you have it. But I think everyone else's has made it. So that's a good way to do it. See, I'm finishing my shawl socks next. So yeah, we've got 4 super chats. If we get 6 more, then this will go out to one of them. I mean, get a 10% chance. So that'd be pretty cool. That would be cool. Yeah, it would be a cool yarn to do a cowl with. So the colors on this, again, this is the Candy Heart Confessions mini skein set. It's DK weight yarn. So more people like the bigger yarn. This is a DK weight set, hand dyed, beautiful. It's Big Sky Yarn Company. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. There's 49 yards per color. So and it's got the 6 colors there. So it's 294 yards total. And these are all love themes. You've got Be Mine, Sweet, Call Me, Love, Kisses and Hugs, and Kiss Me. So this is the Sweetheart collection. Candy Heart's Confession, Sweetheart collection kind of. So there we have it. So there we have it. So again, if that goes up, then that's cool. If not, we'll just do it on the next one. Not a big deal. Hi, Debbie. How are you doing? And yeah, Sherry, that would be a great cowl. I have so much of the fingering weight yarn that I play with. I go with that one. And no, oh, Lori's giving us updates on NASCAR. The driver everybody hates is winning right now. They're still on a rain delay. They're driving. Who does everyone hate? Who does everyone hate on the NASCAR? Annette says, I'm finishing my shawl socks next. Do you have a pattern that you're going to work with? I used a chart pattern for this. And hi, Debbie. And I like all 1 weight yarns to 4 weight. Pass on the bulky stuff. No, I am not a bulky person. Yep, 1 to 3. Lori likes that big fat yarn. No, thank you. No, thank you. We got into a nice little challenge and everything, and she had me working on big bulky yarn. It hurt. It hurt my feelings. It did. I was not a fan. But then again, she also was amazing and such a good sport, and she got to play with the smaller yarns, and I don't think she was a fan. I don't think she was a fan at all. So we got to walk in each other's shoes, and yeah, I don't think that was fun. It was a fun contest. It was a fun challenge. There's no doubt about that. But I'm sticking to mine. Thank you, Lori, and I think Lori's sticking to hers. Lori says, I don't know what I'm buying, but I want 2 of them. Isn't that the truth? Sherry, thank you so much. Well, what we're doing right now is if we get the at least 10 of the super chats, that's you got to hit the little gold thing and it tells you what it is. And I think there's super chats. If we get 10 of those, then I'm going to put everyone's name into a wheel after the video, do the drawing, and somebody will win this. That's what we're doing on that. Because why not? We might as well, right? I mean, I have the yarn. I'm not doing anything with it. I can share. And more likely that somebody here is going to use the DK than if I grabbed a skein of fingering weight yarn or 2 and said, hey, here you go. I mean, either one would be a cowl kit, right? A couple of skeins of fingering weight, that DK weight. I mean, you can do a cowl with either one. Like, I have a rust colored marl for, I like I'm big on the oranges. We know that orange, rust, the autumn colors, they're great. And Sabrina has 4 socks on the needles at the moment. No, you're not in trouble. No, not at all. You're doing great. There's nothing wrong with having 4 sets of socks on the needles. Not at all. So at the moment, Denny Hamlin is winning in NASCAR, and evidently he's the one people don't like. All right, and Elaine says, I'm working on a bandana and chunky yarn. Nope. I think I'll give this one to a grumpy face. Yup. A grumpy banana. Oh, I thought it said bandana. It's a grumpy banana. That's funnier. Like, nope, not with that big yarn. I get it though with the markets, the bigger yarn, the chunkies, the Chanel types. I do get that. Well, thank you very much for the donation. It said, Shannon, you've always made me smile. Rachel and Seattle. Thank you, Rachel. It comes up as numbers, so I'm like, I don't know what that is. 3, 6, 9. 12. Okay, I do have 16 on each side. Good. I didn't want to find out until, like 3 or 4 inches later that I have to pull it back because, I've done that before. Yep. And yarning for hi Kim, how are you doing? How's life going in your world? Kim has a channel also. I don't have things set up for dropping links, but Yarning for a Smile also has a channel. Elaine has a channel. Elaine Penguin Plays Crafts. Armchair Chef Lori has a channel. Yarning for a Smile have channels. So if you guys want to do screenshots, take links, or what have you, and support each other, that'd be great. We like doing things like that. We like being supportive. We do. It's fun. So Kim, what I've started with this is Knitty Natty has an 8-day sock challenge, and just make a sock. Bless you, sweetie. A sock, pair of socks, anything, but it's one sock counts as an entry into what she's doing, and it started today. So I started this morning, and then I decided to add extra bonus problems. And thank you, Helix. That's very nice of you. Adding extra level of difficulty by putting color work in. This is my first time. Thank you, Rachel. This is my first time doing a colorwork pair of socks. So there we have it. I don't have to do it on both socks, do I? Yes, I do. I don't have to. Yes, I do. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. So I got this morning. I just finished while we were on camera. I just finished the gusset, and I am working to do the straightaway. So there we have it. And Sherry, thank you very much. And all the, oh, we just made it. Thank you so much. And all of the donations are for this. What I'm going to do is after this, because I don't know how to do the spinning wheel and everything that's part of Nightbot for the giveaways, or the supports for the lives, is I'm going to give this away to one of the people that have donated during this particular YouTube live. There we have it. This is DK weight, so it is not the fingering weight, but it is my favorite. There's something a little more comfortable for everybody else to play with. It's 294 total yards, 6 colors, hand dyed, 75% merino, 25% nylon. Heather, thank you. It's, hey Shannon, because of your fearlessness at trying stuff, you inspired me to knit. I used to, oh, congratulations. That is just going to open up your world. EJ, hey, exactly, 10 out of 10. We got that. So this will be going to somebody. Annette, I want to do color work this year. See, Annette, see, look, that was my goal. Color work socks. Look at that. It's July. I did it. I started it. So, okay, I can 100% claim it when I finish it. The point is, I started it. And yeah, Heather, that is wonderful with the knitting. There's nothing wrong with knitting, crocheting, weaving, none of it. It's options. When you do both or all of them, you have so many more options. And then you can get fancy and you can add knitting to your crochet. So that is another one of the ways. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I love the smiley flowers on the sock. Yeah, those are pretty cool. So one of the cool things is what I liked as I started to crochet when I was 10 years old. So crocheting was definitely my first love. But I love the stretchy cuff with the knitting. So if you start with the knitting and you're like, yeah, I like it, but then do the stretchy cuff right here, whether it's on the cuff of a garment that you're wearing, a cuff of, you can crochet socks too. I've not been super successful with them, but then again, I gave up. So that was probably it. But do the cuff of whatever you're doing and then crochet the rest of the piece. So you can do both. I did that last year with a hat that I was making. I knit the brim of the hat and then crocheted the rest of it. But you can really elevate your pieces, take the best of both worlds and combine them. That's the best way to do it. And with crochet being so popular, and do we really like to single crochet in the back loop to do the cuffs? I did not when I first learned how to, like I said, crochet when I was 10 years old. That's when I started. That was not my favorite. I love the flexible of the knit two, purl two with the knitting for the ribbing. Do your knit ribbing and crochet the rest. Thank me later, man. I'm telling you, you will look like a superstar. It's the way to do it. It is the way to do it. Just marry up the best of both worlds. Let's see. Sherry says, colorwork hats are what made me learn to knit. Oh, my colorwork? Oh, wow. Loving it so much, but I definitely still crochet more. Yeah, exactly. Do what you like to do. And Shannon, will those socks go to the Christmas bin for the family? Yes, yes, these are going to go to the Christmas bin. And Heather says, I just combined crochet and knitting to make a poncho. See, there you go. Use the best. You are so talented. You can just marry them up and do everything. And it's the wow factor. I'm telling you, it just raises it up to a 10. It does. And Linda says, congratulations on hitting your goal. I'm not able to donate, but wish I, well, thank you very much, but you're here. You're here, and hopefully you hit the like on it and everything and you're watching. So that's amazing. We're all in of itself. And Homesteading Woman says, I haven't had time to crochet lately. Have you been able to at least cuddle your yarn? Because you can snuggle your yarn, and I'm telling you, that does some endorphins, even if you can't work on your things right then. Annette says, pattern is a recipe, change ingredients. Yep, exactly. They're a guide. They're a jump off point. That's all it is. And then you do whatever you feel like doing to it, and you make it your own. And Kim from Yarning for a Smile says, not sure if you saw my question above. What shoe size do you wear? I wear a US 13. That's a whole lot of knitting. Do we only need one? Yes, you only need one. So I make, my size is a size 9. My oldest son is a size 13 in men. And I use a full 100-gram ball of yarn for his. If I want to do the difference for the toe cuff heels and everything, that I don't measure, it doesn't matter, but it's that 100 grams is enough for that adult size. You're going to be able to get yours as a size 13 woman. You might not be able to make them as like this long, easy, but not like super long. Not everyone likes super long socks anyway, but typically your 100-gram skein of socks is going to work for you. And if you're concerned about it, grab a mini and work on the either the cuffs or you don't have to use it for both, because you're not going to be short by much if you're short at all. I don't think you will be. It just depends on how fun you're having on, chatting and doing the leg of the sock, and you lose track and you maybe make it 2 or 3 inches longer than you planned on. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to really run out of yarn on that. But just the one skein should be enough for that. Yep. Yeah, in men's, I'm a 12, usually use right under 400 grams for enough of several other scrappy projects. So I think that's probably a typo. Did you mean 100 grams? Because 400 grams for a pair of socks? What are you using? I can do 400 grams of fingering weight for a sweater. I did that. I did that with the Arcane Fiberworks. I did. Yeah, 100 grams. I'm like, whoo! I'm like, I don't see that, but okay, we'll go with it. I'm like, I don't know. I use a contrast or a solid for heels and toes. And I've got this as that contrast, and the 20-gram minis, as we know, confuse me anyway. I always like, is that enough? Everyone assures me it is, but it freaks me out anyway. I'm like, I don't know if that's enough. So even on this, I didn't do the cuff 100% with the pink. I did 4 rows and then 6 or 7 with the color and then 4 more of the pink. So, I did it like that. Now the heel I did with all pink, and the toe I'll do with pink. And everyone told me I'd have enough, and looking at it, you're right, but I didn't trust it. Yeah, so there you have it. I didn't trust it. Yep. So yeah, I did last year. I did a lot of the contrasting toe, heel, and cuff for the socks that I gave away for Christmas, which was my elevated, because most of the years it's just stockinette, one color, there you go. 2 ends to tie in, one color, done. No, it's most likely a variegated color or something like that, but it's just one skein of yarn. Last year doing all but one pair had contrasting toe, cuff, and heels. It just meant a lot more ends. It was 16 ends per pair of socks. And of course I waited till the end. I waited until December to weave in all my ends. Why? Because evidently I'm an idiot. That's why. So I would like to not do that this year. I can still do contrasting, but maybe weave them in, before December. That would be good. That would be really good. It says, let me grab some yarn and needles. Gee, Shannon, stop pressuring. See? Okay, so this one's Knitty Natty. I guess they've been doing sock week it coincides with Shark Week, but she's been doing sock week for a couple of years. And I saw Allie from Road Trip Yarns in Estes Park June 7th when I went there, and it was the Wool Festival. So she's one of the sponsors for their knit along, and the whole thing was, if you use a sponsor's product, you just get an extra entry. You don't have to. You can use whatever yarn you want. You can use, how that goes. But I was there at Estes Wool. I got to meet her, got to talk with her. So of course I bought the kit, and I'm like, well, I want to do a sock knit along. I want to play along. So that's how that got started, and today's the first day for it. of casting on. And on her particular challenge, one sock counts. If you make one sock, and she's got a Google Docs form on her website where you can connect to it, say, here's my sock. But each sock is its own entry. So if you make a pair of socks, it's 2 entries. You got 3 socks, it's 8-day challenge. If you can make 3 socks in 8 days, more power to you. Holy cow. But that would be 3 challenge entries. If you use a sponsor's product, like I said, this one was sponsored from Allie Pate Road Trip Yarns, you get an extra entry. That's what that's for. And I thought I would up the challenge by adding color work because I commented earlier in the year that I wanted to do a pair of color work socks, and I haven't. So this is my first time putting color work on socks, actual stranded color work, not mosaic. Mosaic's different. Mosaic's easier. I mean, they're not, neither one's hard, but it's a different technique. And we're all learning. We're all kind of getting out of our comfort zone and trying. And that was the other thing that we commented on, or I commented, is this is my year of I can do some failures, right? And you don't fail if you never try. So that means get out there and try something new. Do the color work socks. Hope that they fit and you didn't make your floats too tight, right? I mean, there you go. The only way you're going to fail is if you tried, and you have to try. You know, you'll never fail if you don't try, but then you'll never succeed in anything either. So that's where we're going. And this was just a great opportunity, a great excuse to jump on and try something new. Lori says, did you see the penguin socks that Jen made from the penguin game? No, I did not. I need to go look at those. Heather says these are pretty. And Carla says they look amazing. And Carla is knitting on her sock week sock. Right. Oh, what, Carla, are you using a pattern? Or are you just making it up? Or are you doing vanilla socks? Or what have you got? And it's we are going on a trip to the shed, and I am dragging you. Ooh, nice. See, I have a yarn room upstairs in my overflow. You have a she shed. I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty amazing. They're all comfortable places to hang out. There's no doubt about that. Hang out and do our crafting, and that's the best. No, Lori, I need to go look that up. I got to go see the penguin socks. Yeah. I didn't do a penguin last month either. I didn't do that. I should have jumped on. And hubby says I'm a Grinch. As you know, I've got all my Grinches up behind me in my normal area where I sit. Lori has a Christmas in July going on right now. And if you go out to her channel and you work on that, it is whatever Christmas means to you. So she's left it very, very open for all sorts of things. If you can convince her that that's what Christmas means to you and send her a picture of what you made along with your inspiration photo, then she's got her thing for Christmas in July. I think she's got prizes too. Lori always has prizes, but I think she's got prizes. She can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not sent her any pictures. I have not, which goes along the theme with hubby says I'm a Grinch. And then he says, it's okay, honey, because the Grinch is the good guy in the end, because the Grinch comes through with all the presents, because Nana's the one that hands out all the presents and everything. I'm like, you can't try to be nice at the end. I'm just saying, you can't try to be nice to me. He just like, that's not cool. He does. Let's see. Okay, yep. So yeah, I know. Yeah, she that's why I had to look it up earlier. It's not So Magical Michelle anymore. Yep. Let's see. That would be the channel formerly known as So Magical Michelle. Oh yes, you can get to pick that. Ooh, you get to pick your own prize. Plus a new red metal furls hook, size 5.5 millimeters. Okay, so those are some cool prizes. So Lori Armchair Chef has Christmas in July with some pick your own prize and a furls crochet hook. So if you've always wanted to try a furls crochet hook and you haven't, you might want to go head out and make something Christmassy, or at least convince her it's Christmas. All I'm going to say, right? You know, she'll be the judge of that, not me. I'm not the judge. No. There you go. Besides, it's just friends helping friends. As she's probably saying, yeah, you haven't sent me your picture. No, I have not. Did either of your grandkids get a little bear, a little blue bear yet? No, you know, it's funny. I thought that my 6-year-old grandson did, because when they were over, he put it in his mom's pocket. That's what he keeps doing. You know, because he's taking it home. He put it in her back pocket, and she took it out. I did find it in my yarn room. That is the only one that they're interested in, that any of them have gravitated towards. I need to make a couple more so that I can give one to him and one to his sister. But the other ones, the other grandkids haven't seen them yet, but they haven't gravitated towards them. I even showed them the spotted bear, the one that it was the Blackfire opal. That's just like reminds me of a, you know, light bright when we were kids. But no, that none of them. They're And I asked the 6-year-old, I'm like, "What's your favorite thing that Nana makes?" That didn't mean I was gonna make him one, but it's just like, "What's your favorite thing?" And he's so cute. He just looks at me and says, "Whatever you make me, Nana." Okay. So whatever I make, because he likes the sweaters, and he's grown and he needs another hooded sweater. I have made him multiple of those. His sister got the a hooded sweater last year, finished that one, but it's his turn for another sweater. And my oldest granddaughter with my other son, he needs or she needs some other sweaters. She's asked me for a sweater and a dress. And yeah, the dresses for the 9 and 10-year-olds, that's another story. I'll do the sweaters, but I think once they get past 5, I'm not so keen on necessarily doing the dresses. But they've asked. They've asked. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go dress for that. Let's see. Oh, okay. I saw Lori do the rainbow poop. I watched that video on that one. Yep. He's gonna be a good husband. Yeah, so I saw that all the different fun things for the holidays. Uh, so it is interesting with me with my fixation on teddy bears right now, with none of the kids asking for them. It wasn't like, hey Nana, make me this bear, could you do this for me, I'd really like that. Nobody asked, nothing along that line. I just got fixated on them. And I have socks that need to be done. I've got sweaters that could be finished. I've got sweaters that need to be photographed and dug out of bins and boxes so I can start working on them again. I had things. So instead, I'm just sidetracked on teddy bears. Grandkids are the best humans. Oh, they are. I'm telling you, they are. We, like I said, we've got 6 and 7 will be joining us, gracing this world with his or her presence early 2026. So we're looking forward to that too. But we are just overwhelmed. I mean, having Noah being just this little guy, he's just under 10 pounds now, so he is growing. But having him as the latest one was just such an amazing, wonderful blessing. And then our oldest son, after he was born, they announced that they were pregnant. Just did not expect that. They were trying, but did not expect that. And that's just, wow, what a blessing. Just the whole family, we're just growing. I mean, you just can't be upset about that. That's the Lord right there. Grandkids are by far the best. All right, who's working on anything else? Do we have socks going on that's we're working on? Cowls? Who's got the blankets? Who's doing the king size monster blankets? With anybody working on those? Because that, man, I tell you what, every time somebody gets on in the comments and they talk about how they're making, knitting, or crocheting, does not matter, a king size blanket, I am like in awe. I'm like, oh my, that's just, You have 6 grandkids as well? As far as you know, no one's expecting. Well, you just never know. It can happen. But yeah, there's been people in the comments that have talked about that with the king size blankets, and in awe every single time. I knit my husband the twin size blanket that he loves and he uses. It's on the couch. He uses that every day. But a king size, I just I think you'd start off going strong and then question your life choices. And I'm not sure what inch that is, but it will definitely get to where you're questioning those life choices. And knitting a sock along. Oh, good job, Kevin. Good job. Awesome. Oh, Sabrina, you're doing a king size crochet blanket? Ooh, yeah. I am in awe of anyone who does that. Man, we all look at each other on different projects that we work on, and that is a commitment, that is a love, that is a commitment, that is just stick to itiveness right there, man. That is something to be able to do that. uh, I didn't crochet a lot, but that's a lot in one project. Heather says, I have some big mosaic crochet blankets in the whips. All right. Are you working on them or are you just kind of sitting them back? And there's no shame and no shade. I'm telling you that. There is none of that. Not coming for me anyway. Debbie, I am working on an Outlander shawl for my bestie. I had to learn to knit to do it. Oh, wow. So that is pretty amazing. So you really upped the difficulty level. You had to learn a new skill plus making something large. That is impressive. Oh, I just dropped a stitch. That's okay. I'm picking it up. Annette says, I'm almost done with my Tunisian blanket. Needs a border though. Queen size. Tunisian. I started doing a Tunisian shawl, the Lamia wrap. I got a full skein into it. My husband's like, I don't like that yarn. That's cheap yarn. So then I stopped working on it. It wasn't cheap yarn. but he liked other yarn. He likes the yarn that he picked out for me better than the yarn that I picked out. So yeah, I'm not finishing that one, but that's okay. I wasn't feeling it anyway. I had a full skein into it. I'm like, I don't want to work on this. I like the way it feels, but I'm like, I don't want to put 2 or 3 more skeins into it. I don't want to do that. I want to do other things. So then I abandoned it. I think I ripped it out. If I didn't, when I find it, I will. Let's see. On hold until cooler weather. I don't blame you. I get that. And Kim says, which one? She did a few while back for the blankets. Karen says 6 grandsons and a granddaughter. Ooh, see, we have 3 and 3 right now. So the one that's coming along will be the tiebreaker. I joked with mommy and daddy. I'm like, ooh, let's see. Maybe you're gonna have twins. But the ultrasound they said has 1. So there we go. Blessed. I mean, so blessed. Marlene says, working on my very first sweater, the Ilha with heritage and char. Ooh, nice. So is that one a crochet or a knit sweater? That I don't know. It's impressive either way. The first time you jump into doing a garment, that is impressive because you get over so many fears and, oh, I can't do it right. It's not this. It's not. You can do it. You can definitely do it. It's all the fears that we have in our own head. Maisie says, I finished and delivered the King Plus blanket, working on Boggy. Oh man, those Boggy Creek blankets must be like potato chips right now compared to a king size blanket. You can get multiple of those done in no time in comparison. Holy cow. So was that a California King then? A King Plus? Mm-mm. Nope, that's a lot. And Karen Smith says, I'm crocheting some oven mitts for my husband and 2 daughters. Yeah, I do pot holders and dish towels and cloths like that I'll knit for my daughter's mother-in-law. I've done that one for her for years. Audible says the yarn I'm using is the Maya yarns, hand spun, dyed from a group of women in South Africa. It's a cotton bamboo. That sounds lovely. Beth says I'm working on a continuous granny blanket for Boggy Creek. You told me about that, but I don't know what a continuous granny is. Is that just one big granny? Is that what you mean? That I don't know. Let's see. Oh, we moved too fast. Let's see. And Rachel says I'm knitting 3 pairs of socks, 3 crochet sweaters, and a crochet twin blanket. Ooh, glutton for punishment. Girl after my own heart. I love it. We know that. I love that. That's fantastic. Elaine says 4 granddaughters, still have 1 single daughter, so maybe, exactly, Elaine, maybe there's still a chance for more grandkids someday. You never know. And Redneck says, I crochet too. I'm working on a retro daisy granny square blanket. Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds beautiful. Cherie says, I've got 3 blankets in timeout until mom gets home from the hospital. Too hard to travel back and forth with them. So working small. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Those blankets will be there and everything, and you need to be with your mom. That's the way to do that. And smaller things. You just take smaller things, whether it's knitting or crocheting, smaller things. Hats, socks, doesn't matter. It's just something to keep your hands busy while you're where you're at. That's perfect. Those blankets will be there. And Kim says, Debbie, where my favorite Outlander one was Voyager, but I chose colors that match Claire's dress throughout the season. Oh, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. Kay says, I'm working on crochet queen size Chanel blanket. Ooh, for my son and a Christmas blanket from last year. Oh, hi, Landa. We missed you. Thank you. Welcome back. All Things Valerie says, I'm currently working on knitting socks, a knit tank top, and a crochet cardigan. That's lovely. Yeah, I like all the different garments too. That is a lot of fun. And Landa's welcoming Kim into the channel. Oddball says, I want to learn how to knit socks, but all I've ever knit is 1 sweater. You made a sweater? You knit a sweater? You can definitely knit socks. You know what the difference is? Confidence. That's it. You made a sweater. There are people who look at sweaters longingly and they're like, I could never do that. And they convince themselves, but you did it. That's your first thing. You did it. That is so impressive. You can definitely handle socks. No doubt about it. That is crazy. That is a massive commitment that you did. Landa's saying hi to Sherry and hugs and hi, Jess. And I bought the double needles. Okay, you got DPNs. DPNs are my favorite. I know you've got all the other choices. You can use the long circular needles to do 1 or 2 at a time. I find that fiddly. It's all preference. There's no right or wrong. I do have those flexi flips. I have those in size 0s that I'm working on those with the, what is that, the Blackfire Opal sock yarn. I've got about that much done on it. I'm still trying to give it a little bit more time. first time using the flexi flips. It is a learning curve. It's not hard. It's just a learning curve. It's kind of a mix between doing the magic loop and double point at the same time, if that makes any sense. My first reaction to them is I don't like them, and I immediately bought size zeros and had them delivered to me literally the next day from Amazon. But I am trying to give them a little more time. Now, granted, they're going to hit back seat because I've got this going on right now for my 8-day challenge. So I probably won't pick that up again for, 8 days. But I want to give them a little more time. I think I might like them, but they're getting a little better. That's a good way to put it. A little better. So Kevin likes the 9-inch circulars. As a crocheter, it just made more. I like the concept of the 9-inch circulars, Kevin, but for me, it didn't work for my hands. It made my hands cramp, and I have multiple sets because I tried them more than once, and no, it does the same thing every time. But I'd like to. I think those would be amazing because I really love the concept of them, but they just don't work for me. So I'm just going to work with what doesn't hurt. Puro says, "Hi, good night from Brazil." Oh, Brazil, very nice. My pleasure. I love you working in crochet. Yeah, I do both crochet and knit. Today I'm working on the knit socks because that's part of the 8-day challenge. You can knit or crochet. I just will get more accomplished with the knit socks than I would with the crochet ones. Let's see. Gisette said, okay, so we need to get rid of some stuff here. Let's see. Delete. We're just going to get rid of a few things. There we go. Go ban. Dun, 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 ban. Okay, so let's see. Started learning to knit in May. I'm half through my second adult fingering sock, also making the summer lotus sweater. Oh, nice. That's an accomplishment. All of those things are some massive accomplishments to be able to do that one step at a time. That is, people don't give themselves credit enough, but you went out on a ledge and you learned something and you're doing it. You're going for it. That's amazing. And blessings, everyone from New Mexico. Thank you. Rhonda, that's very nice. And Deborah says, hi, Shannon, just saw you were on. Yeah, I'm here. There you go. Yeah, Lori, someone was saying some naughty things. That's okay. We banned them. Hello, Linda Rose. I'm on the mobile and can't tag right now. Okay, I get that. And say, nope, you don't have to make socks. You can make anything. I'm just making socks right now, but if you're using your yarn and you're doing it in a way that you enjoy and it makes you happy, then you're doing it right. And that doesn't matter if you're knitting or you're crocheting or you're weaving or you're macrameing or you find some other way to use your yarn, right? You're using it and it makes you happy and it keeps you relaxed and comfortable and makes you smile. It's just such a calming. It's so calming. So it doesn't matter how you use it. So there we have it on that. And say Kim said same. She tried the 9-inch in various brands, and every time they made, yeah, I would love to use mine. That's one thing I need to dig those out. I could give those away at a giveaway too. I will find those, and those will end up being given away too, because I'm not getting any use out of them. I can't see it getting any better, and let someone else try. And if it works for them, great. And if it doesn't, they can pass it on. There you go. I'm sure it would be gorgeous. I only crochet, but love the knit and love watching your videos. Thank you so much. And Paula says, hello, nothing to do with knitting socks, but I just finished my first wooble. Congratulations. That is impressive. Did you watch the videos? Are you new to crochet on that? And was that just going out of your comfort zone? I mean, those things are amazing. If they can get you excited into the craft, then they are worth it. There's no doubt about that. And that's doing something. That's accomplishing. Doxy says, do you have a tutorial for that black teddy bear you showed earlier? Had speckles on it. I don't have a tutorial on that. I could reach out to the creator of that and ask her if she didn't mind me making a tutorial. That is somebody that I found on Etsy. I have contacted her already once, so I could contact her again and see. But other than that, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing a tutorial on somebody else's pattern since it is a paid for pattern. I'd have to come up with another type of a bear to do something like that with. And Elaine says she's using chunky yarn. Nope. And having so much fun. Well, Elaine, we will not fight in the yarn aisles, man. I'm telling you, you get the big stuff, I'll take the little stuff. Let's see. I like my standard heels, so I haven't used circulars. Yeah, we get used to our own stuff. And Fran Pinson says, I'm making a drunken granny square blanket with, I like those. Those are really cool. I like those drunken granny squares. Those are pretty neat. Oddball says have several sets of interchangeable needles, one set of knit picks, and the same red ones that I got. Yep, I know that $16.50. You almost couldn't resist, right? I didn't resist. I got two sets. I kept one and gave one away. You know, I couldn't resist twice. But I think the double points will be better for me for socks, double points definitely, but I love my interchangeables. And Shannon, I'm a nurse, work first shift, so when I get home, your video is the one. Oh, thank you. That's really nice. Thank you. I hear my voice in the other room when I get up too, because hubby puts on my channel. It's the cutest thing. He has the channel on and he brings me my coffee because I'm a spoiled princess. And you know, he's retired. I still work, so he does those things and spoils me. I mean, it's how we make it work with each other. It's a blessing. It's wonderful. Paula says new to crocheting them, but not crocheting. I can knit also. Well, you know what? You took something and you decided I want to do amigurumi. Let me learn this. That is a new skill, and that's what we're doing this year. Is what I call, you know, the year of the failure. You have to try things, and some things will work great and some things won't. So, you know, if you don't try, you'll never fail, but then you'll never succeed either. But you went there and you did it. And that is amazing. And that needs to be appreciated. And it is. That is awesome. Let's see what you got for me, Lori. Said, I'm using, no, you're not. You are not using fingering weight yarn. No. Did you show this? Did I miss it? You're using, Lori, Armchair Chef, is voluntarily without a challenge using fingering weight yarn to crochet a divine hat. It's taking forever. Plus, it's going to be too small for me. You got to add an extra repeat or two. Uh, Doxy says, thanks for the information on where to find that black teddy bear pattern. Yes, I do have that in my description boxes where I show the teddy bears. I do have that. It's an Etsy shop, and I can put it in this one too, but right now I can't because I'm talking. But see, Shannon and I have coffee together every morning. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. I do. I feel that it's like I get to come out and chat with everybody. It's really kind of fun. You know, if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't be doing it for 2 years. It is enjoyable. And Redneck says, I like the 9-inch flexi flips for making socks. This is my first time, not here, but on my on the other yarn, it's my first time using it, and I'm not sure yet. I'm going to give it a little more time. I probably won't know for another week or so because this is an 8-day challenge, and why would I put these down to work on those that aren't part of the challenge? So I am going to give them a little bit more chance. I do have some zeros and ones, so finally using them. There we go. Let's see. Landa, Shannon is always my wake up video too. Mom has nicknamed her Happy. I love that. I tell hubby, I read hubby those comments and everything, and he's like, "Oh, that's so cool." It's like somebody said that their spouse, I think it is, walks by and said, "Oh, that's that's the smiley lady. That's the smiley lady." Oh, yeah, I do smile a lot. There you go. That works. It is funny. You were really Armchair Chef Lori, you are really using hand-dyed fingering weight yarn. It must be because it was gifted to you from Camille. That must be. I can't believe that you, yes. Helix, hell has frozen over. Lori volunteered to do that. That is crazy. CNY Woman Knits, it says, I've used double points for socks, 2 circular magic loop, and the flexi DPNs. I'm also using DPNs on the latest ones, and it is what I first learned to knit socks with. Yeah, that's just my preference. But I love having the options because what works for one person, not necessary for the other. But if you get fabric you like, who cares how you got it? Let's see. Yeah, hey, it looks like I want Camille's yarn. I want some. How do we get that? How do we get Camille's yarn? Let's go pester Camille. We want some Camille's yarn. Yep. Call me, yes, yeah. I was called Sparkles in one of my previous jobs. That was my nickname at work, was Sparkles. It's, you know, there you go. That's just that's where it is. Can't say yes. So evidently Camille's been dyeing yarn, so that sounds like a lot of fun. And Lori is saying she's just dyed some more. And have you crafted more since starting your channel than before? I don't know. I don't. I've always got stuff in my hands. My mom always said, you know, idle hands are the devil's playthings. So she didn't have a problem if I watched TV growing up or doing other things. Now, granted, when I was growing up, we went outside a lot. We didn't have the whole inside to the same degree, but she really gave me the love of yarn and crocheting. And that was my thing, is we would crochet together and she would hand quilt. So we did both. And I always had something going, always. I think I've gotten faster. I'm faster than some, slower than others, right? There's always somebody better, but I think it's more of a faster and maybe more of a concentrated because I have the channel. Maybe I'm a little more cognizant of, hey, why don't you go finish something? Why don't you go do this? You kind of said you were going to. I think it might have given me a tad bit more focus, but I'm not, maybe it has. Maybe it has. Yeah, I think, now that I think about it, maybe it has kind of pushed me a little bit more on the focus, more cognizant. I think that's where that one comes from. Yep. So there you go. The hand dyed shells. Okay, got the yarn, the bag, the needles, and heading inside is. Oh, there you go. So Kim's gonna start her socks. Woo! That's exciting. Awesome. Kim, are you gonna use a pattern for it? And Helix. Let's see. Lori's talking to Helix. And have you checked out Thriss and Stitches? Oh yeah, Thriss's yarn's really pretty too. Deborah says Thriss makes beautiful and very soft yarns, and she's agreeing. And my husband knows when I'm watching you. He hears. I greatly appreciate it. I've had in the 2 years I've had one person comment that they don't like it when I say that it sounds very fake. But I do greatly appreciate it, so I'm going to keep saying it because I do. So sorry if it doesn't sound right, but I mean, I can't not say it. So I'm very thankful every time somebody shows up and you guys watch the channel. So I just want to let you know that. That was kind of funny. Let's see. My grandma said that idle hands make the sea. There you go. That's just an older saying. Katie K, I am on the lace part of the striped shawl you're doing. The white. Oh, you made it to the lace. I'm still doing and that is so easy doing that garter stitch, but I'm still in the garter stitch. And right now the rows aren't super long. They're going to get there, but they're not super long yet. Maybe, oh, you entered my July game. Maybe you can win some. Oh, okay. So I guess Camille has some yarn available, or Lori has some of Camille's yarn available in her July giveaway. So if you are interested in that, you definitely need to do a Christmas and July project and go over to Lori, the Armchair Chef's channel, and play along. Sabrina says, I'm going to go check out the Shark Week Live. Have a good night. Well, thank you for joining us, Sabrina, and hope you got some good new subscribers and everything, and make sure you do those lists so then people can help you get your hours up. Helix says that would be amazing. Yeah, and Sherry says Dawn Aaron's yarn is gorgeous. I've seen hers on a lot of channels. It is. Dawn's yarn is really pretty. Yep. Marlene, well, I appreciate that. See, look, I say it constantly. My boss even makes fun of me at work when I say it. And he's like, oh, okay, you appreciate that, huh? Yes, I do. Now leave me alone. Stop making fun of me. So, it's like, stop it. Yeah, there are people at my work that watch my channel too. Rhonda says, my grandmother taught me at the age of 8, and I'm 68 now. Love all the young ones getting into the art crafts. Yes, I will be 56 next month. And I started when I was 10. So same concept, right? Start young and it's just a lifelong thing. It's all it is. You always have it going. Shannon, my kids can do your while intro and outro. That is fantastic. That is wonderful. I love that. And Karen said, I look forward to it. And Doxy said, I think your intro is very sweet and sincere. I just, at this point, I couldn't imagine not doing that. I mean, it's, that's just part of it. It's just, I don't think, like, one of the other things too, my sister's legally blind. Actually, she's more legally blind. She's got a cane, the whole 9 yards, right? It's a hereditary eye disease, runs in the family. So she recognizes my channel by the music. She can hear the music and everything beyond the fact that, my voice. But as soon as, and she also knows from video to video because the music's playing again. So she comments on that. And then we've got another sister who does gardening stuff, and she doesn't talk. She's not comfortable speaking, and she doesn't have the music on or anything. So she's like, I'm trying to watch our other sister's videos, and I can't tell if the video's on or not because not speaking, no intro, no outro, right? It's like, help the vision impaired, please let us know that it's you. So I take that into consideration too. I'm like, okay, because she commented when I first started the channel that I needed something to separate, the intro, outro. And that was the big one right there. Let's see. Oh, Lori's correcting, not Camille's yarns, but she has 2 tons of yarn to choose from. And yes, Lori does have lots of yarn to choose from. So that is funny. All right. Oddball says, I love watching Shannon's videos, but being a monogamous crafter, seeing all your whips gives me anxiety. I know there are people seeing my attitude is monogamy's for marriage, not for crafting. But I have no shame for or no shade on anyone else that does it the other way. I know my way of doing crafting makes some people twitch. That's okay. That's okay. It works. And it's like, oh no, I didn't see you're live. Almost missed you. Yeah, Sue, I'm here. Hi. Pop up. I'm here. I'm working on some socks. Actually, I'm kind of flailing them around, chattering at the moment, but I have some socks that I'm working on. I started these this morning. You started sewing clothes at 8 and have to try other things. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I think that's amazing. I can sew, not super talented, but I have sewn some things. I've hand sewn a quilt. I've sewn some clothing before. You know, people who say I can't sew a button on, I'm like, really? You know, short of glue, staples, and tape, you can get a button on something. No one said it had to look pretty. Nobody said it has to look pretty or professional. If you can't figure out with a needle and some thread and a button how to make the two attach, come on now, you know you can. No one said it had to look pretty. Now, if it has to look pretty and professional, that's another story. But you can get it stuck. That's buttons, you just want it stuck, right? There you go. That's how that works. Let's see. I would love to learn to knit socks. It is definitely a addictive pastime. It really is. Uh, Thank you, Helix. I'm used to my intro and outro, and that's just the way that it's going to be. Let's see. I have no shame in my whip game. Yeah, Kim. Nope, no shame at all. You've got a few also. Yes, yes, you do. Sue says, I love your videos. Watch your Thank you. Don't comment often because I watch on my TV. I get that. I watch a lot of people's videos throughout the day too, and I'll have it when I'm driving to work. I'll have the phone just playing as opposed to listening to radio. It's playing, so I'm not commenting either because I'm driving, right? And I'm just listening. So a lot of times I also work on the descriptions of what people are saying as opposed to seeing it because I'm driving, right? You know, I'm not watching TV. I'm listening and driving just the same as a radio. So I don't always comment either, but I do watch a lot. Lana says the whip game is strong with me. I know it's, but there's so many beautiful things. How could you not? You have to just start all the things, and I just want to go faster, not because I want so much more done. It's just I have a beautiful collection and I want to touch it all and use it. That's the only reason I want to go faster. Nobody says I have to. Granny T says, my mom always says, I greatly appreciate it. I haven't heard anyone else say it in ages. Maybe it's a Western thing. I don't know. I was born and raised in Michigan, but I don't know. But that's how I feel. Lori's saying exactly same here. I watch everyone but on TV, so it doesn't comment a lot. So I feel special when she comments on my channels, especially now that she can. We were blocked from each other for a while. Sue says, I love your opening. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Sherry says, Mom only does one blanket at a time. I tend to have multiple projects going all at the same time. I like to be able to bounce from them. Shoot, I greatly appreciate you. Helix, thank you. Sherry says, yes. Jess, same here. Let's see. Oh, wait, where'd that one go? Where'd you go? Oh, I lost it. Socks for traveling and crafting. Hi, Melissa. How are you doing? Oddball says, the thing that scares me about learning to knit socks is my kids are already saying, Shannon knits all her people's socks. Oh my gosh. Chris says, and I have 3 guys at 13 to 15. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. I'm getting people in trouble. That is hilarious. Who knew? Hubby says I'm an influencer. I think he's funny. No. Jackie says, I have my coffee and watch you almost every single morning. Love all of your projects and love your videos. Thank you for sharing all of your wild and craziness with us. I wouldn't have it any other way. It does make me happy. I mean, you can't come on every day and fake it. I mean, you can fake some things, but you can't do it for 2 years in a row, right? No, you can't. This is just me. And oh, it's funny. Like I said, there are people at my work that watch my videos too. And I have some, they'll come down and everything and comment every once in a while. And one particular person, she's great. She'll come down and say something, and I swear she has to get at least like half an hour break time or what have you when she comes down, because I'm like, she'll say something on my video regarding the video, and I just yarn word vomit, right? And I'm like, yeah. And then I start talking like an auctioneer, and just so excited and everything, because she's watches the channel, and everything, and so knows what I'm talking about. It's like, it's my people. So it's the same thing. She's like, you're the same on video as you are in person. Yes, yes, I am. It's yarn, and it makes me happy. It definitely does. Uh, I have not put my electric winder together. Last night I looked at it, and it said it wanted me to watch a video to learn how to put the one screw in, and I didn't have it in me. Size just one screw too short. I'm just like, nope, nope, it didn't happen. So I just wound this with my regular ball winder and Swift and went, okay, I will do that on another time. I have plenty of yarn that needs to be wound, and no, I just didn't have it in me to do it. But I did get this wound and ready for the morning, so that was good. Uh, Landis says I influenced her big time during the. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Well, Joanne sent that 25% off reusable coupon that, not only did I tell everybody on my channel about that, I went on to other people's lives and put in the comments, Joanne coupon 25% off. Here you go. Joanne coupon 25% off. If you're going to buy it anyway, here you go. Here you go. It wasn't my channel. They didn't ask me to. I am spamming other people's channels with that coupon. I had so much fun with that. It wasn't mine. It wasn't a proprietary thing. It was just like, hey, guys, if you're buying it, we know you're buying it. We know you're buying it. Here, have money off. And that was so much fun. That was such a blast. I have my own Joanne store in here. I do. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, I am 8 a.m. Michigan time is my time period, right? That's Eastern Coast. And then I am, my time here in Colorado Mountain Time is 6 a.m. And that is when my videos go up every morning. That is true. That is my time period. Let's see. Shannon, I have to ask, how did you decide on your channel name? I always think of the old scoop soap opera, Another World. Another Yarn is a play on another yarn being a tale, a story. And I always talk about yarn, go figure. So it just seemed kind of appropriate. And I have gone by Another Yarn for over a decade. Well before this, I was Another Yarn 9 on Ravelry. Lost my account. There's a lot of projects. If you go searching for projects and you look at Another Yarn 9, that is me. Another Yarn was already taken, but Another Yarn 9, that is me. I don't have access to that account, but you can see some of my old projects there. If you're wanting to go snoop around, you can definitely see that. And I have gone by that on emails, on other platforms and everything for well over a decade. And it's just been my moniker. And it's a play on words for another yarn, another tale, another story, because that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about yarn and stories and stuff. So that was kind of appropriate. So there we go on that one. Let's see. Got to scroll. I missed some. I had to make my tiny socks on the Central because she watches YouTube. Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh. Shannon, okay, let's see. Another World. Yeah, I did watch soap operas. I watched more General Hospital as a kid because everyone watched General Hospital and Luke and Laura. Oh my gosh, right. But there you have it. I don't remember any of those stories. I just remember that one. Yeah, hubby says I'm an enabler. I don't know. Aaron and I get each other a lot. The Aaron from Crafting Kitty, we get each other a ton with that. Let's see. You use that coupon every time. I know we save so much money on those things. Oh my gosh. What? Why did Nightbot, Landa, why did Nightbot say that you were spamming? Did you use a bunch of emojis? Because if you did, it doesn't like those. But I don't think you're spamming. I'm not censoring you. And that says I didn't go to any Joann stores. I have enough yarn. Me too, but that's okay. I ordered it and it showed up at my door. Apparently Nightbot is hating on using all caps. Yeah, all caps is one thing. It doesn't like caps. I don't know. I had it some. I don't know. I'll have to get into it and play with it. And Helix says, I want to enable you. I know you almost checked out Magic Land Yarns. They have neon sets now. Have you seen them? No, I have not gotten any of the Magic Land yarns. I got a different Magic something on Etsy, but not the Magic Land ones. I know you're affiliated or at least friends with the hand buyer for that one. Landa says it's all good, but thanks. Okay, yeah, yeah. So we're not being mean to you, Landa. Nightbot is weird, and definitely if you use a lot of emojis in one line, it will definitely block you for that. Yeah, Luke and Laura was definitely the time period in our age. Hi, Lori, how you doing? Just saw that I'm on. Yeah, here. I've been talking. Look, I cast on my sock. Look, this is my 8-day challenge sock. I cast this on this morning. Lori, check that out. Lori Stories and Crochet. So she has another channel. So those that are in the channel, she's another content creator. You can always go give her some love and support. Melissa's saying hello to both Lori's. Days of Our Lives was fun to watch. Yeah, there were definitely some stories that when we were kids, whatever. I know some of them are still around, but I don't watch the soap operas anymore. No, I don't know. Let's see. And Lori's saying hi to Melissa and everyone else. Oh, I think I actually got caught up with the chats. Go figure. Helix is saying, yeah, they're my old roomies and I'm working up samples for them. Okay, there you go, in crochet because she's mostly a knitter. All right, that makes sense. I saw you working up some of the samples. I did, doing the squares and everything that you were giving to her. General Hospital, One Life to Live. Like, I don't get that, Lori. Okay, GHOTOLTL, General Hospital and One Life to Live. Let's see, As the World Turns. Oh, didn't they discontinue that one? Didn't that one run for like 50 years, As the World Turns? And Lori says, wow, you're killing it on that sock. Just watched your video. I know I did. I just cast this on this morning with very closed, blurry little eyes, little bags under my eyes. I'm like, I can't see. I haven't had my coffee. I'm casting on. I got it. I cast on 64. I did it. Yep. The Edge of the Night. Oh, I don't remember that one. That one's, I think, before me or before I paid attention to what was on TV. One way or the other. Don't know. It's funny. I think a lot of us have heard the term vintage series. Yeah, I haven't heard that. I think a lot of us have heard the term Peyton's Place, which was another series kind of a thing, and very scandalous in its time. I'd never seen it, but definitely know what the term means and grew up with that. But I think if we went back and watched any of that, you'd kind of look at it going, oh, I think it's G-rated, comparison to where we've gone. It is kind of interesting that the term is in the lexicon, but yeah, there you have it. Did we get rid of some people? It's not on purpose. Let's see. I have decaf coffee now because of sister. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm drinking coffee constantly. My coffee's cold, but it's here. Search for Tomorrow. Was that a show? I don't remember that one. You're on at 7, Lori. I think it depends on what time zone you're in. Watch that 7:30. Helix Stitch. What's going on at 7:30? Did I miss something? I watched what Grandma did. Queen for a Day. All My Children. Yep, watch that one. So what's on at 7:30? What did I miss? Did I miss something in the chat? What's going on? We playing something? Never understood the stories that were so serious all the time. It's not always like that. Well, yeah, all the drama, all the soap operas definitely went for drama. 7:30 Mountain Time. I'm doing a live. Oh, okay. So we're talking about 2 hours from now. Is that what you're saying? Your Lori Stories and Crochet. Are you going live in like 2 hours, like today? Is that what we're saying? Okay. All right. All right. So if you guys are not watching anything else, even if you are watching something else or you're doing something else and you have a device, you can always, like I said, go to whatever content creator on their live or what have you. Just put it on low. Just turn it on. You've got more than one device. Most people do. Just turn it on, walk away, do whatever you're going to do. It still helps the content creator. So I will be on Lori's stuff later. So there we have it. So I'll be commenting and spamming her channel. Yeah. Well, Elaine, she's talking about Mountain Time, so that's like 2 hours from now. So let's see. Karen says, I always watch Search for Tomorrow, Young and the Restless, and The Guiding Light. Ooh, haven't. Dynasty. I remember Dynasty, too. I don't remember the stories except for JR being shot. That was the cliffhanger of the century. My husband was in the Army, and I always stuck at home. That's not always a bad thing. We always want something else, and especially being in the Army, being around all the Army wives, just saying, you were probably better off at home. Yep, depending on the year, you were better off at home. My husband kept me away from the Army wives, which is really kind of funny because, again, I was in the military for 27 years. He was in for 21. But he kept me away because there was a clique is a nice way to put it. And he's like, you don't need to be part of that. And I wasn't pleased at the time, but he did the right thing. And I'm really happy, that looking back at life. Yeah, so might not be as bad off as you think. Did I decide what craft? Oh, Lori's doing themed things for her stuff tonight for her thing. So I don't know what she's doing tonight. She's been doing diamond painting and doing a bunch of other stuff. She does a lot of corner to corner blankets. I haven't done one of those yet. Oh, show us the sock. Look at that. Oh, there we go. There. So I started this morning, It's my first time putting color work in. The color work design is from the book Knitovations. It's just one of the squares that's in it. It is 21 stitch repeat. And then I've got one extra stitch in the back, so that makes my 64. So my yarn is the Road Trip yarn by Allie Pate. So I have the 100-gram skein, the 20-gram mini, and then the charcoal gray here is from Arcane Fiberworks, some leftover yarn from a previous project to go the extra mile and put some color work in it, because I think that is just, for me, it was a little more exciting than doing the stockinette sock, and I really wanted to up my game a little because I'd commented at the beginning of the year how I wanted to do color work socks, and it's July, and this is my first time doing it. So there we have it. Shannon, stay live, and I bet that sock gets finished tonight. I know it might. It might. I don't know how many people would want to stick around and everything, see it if I'd, start knit a little faster and stop talking as much. But that's not going to happen, right? Yes, Sue. I was just thinking, if I was quiet during dark shadows, I got to. Oh, you got to stay up long. Yeah, I remember that. Got to. I like Bewitched. Bewitched was always a good one too. Katie K says, I was a 20-year wife of a lieutenant colonel. Now I'm a hermit. Yeah, I get that too. I get that too. Melissa's awesome. Yes, Lori. Very nice pattern. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to add some color to it. And Lori Stories and Crochet says, hi, still have no idea which one I'm doing. If someone wants to join me, they are more than welcome. Probably diamond painting, but I'm not sure. All right, so Lori's one that I can ask the question on. Lori, I originally got on, we can see this, I've got this little setup and everything, and I've got a phone that I can attach to this, and I could do the whole, you could see me close up doing my hands, but I got that horrible echo and I couldn't make it shut up. And I know you actually do yours where you have the 2 different videos, so maybe offline you got my number, let me know. I would greatly appreciate it, because we couldn't deal with that echo. There's just no way. So at least I'm on. If it's a choice between being on and seeing both hands and face, then, well, at least I'm on. There we have it. Fellow YouTuber, help a YouTuber out. Fancy Fiber says, hi, Shannon, glad I caught you. What's the 8-day challenge? I can't even finish one sock in 8 days, but I did just finish my very first pair. Oh, congratulations. So Nitty Natty is another YouTuber and content creator, and she has Sock Week. This is not her first year. She's been doing it for multiple years. My first year of joining along. 8 days to any sock you want, knit or crochet, adult sock, fingering weight yarn, and you can have chances to win prizes. And it just started today. So I cast this on this morning, and I showed that on my, I did a members live video this morning, so they get to see that. So I cast this on this morning, and here we go, my first sock. Now, before last week or the week before that, I didn't think that I could make socks that quick either, and then made my husband a pair of toe socks in 3 days. Previously, if I got one sock done in 3 days, I was ecstatic. So I don't know how that got done. I mean, it did. I think I fell asleep and Elvis did it, because I don't do socks in 3 days. That's crazy. So I don't have, before I started this, I didn't really have a whole lot of hope one way or the other that this was going to get done quickly, because I just did that, and I thought, I'm probably going to be a little tired of socks, a little socked out, if you know what I mean. But I'm already on the foot. I'm at the foot. This is crazy. I love the way that looks. That is such a cutely, that is so cool. I put in color work. I feel fancy. I'm not gonna lie, I feel fancy. There we go. I do feel fancy. Going with some pack-up heads, mixed berry, and doing the weekend shorties socks, since I have some big old feet and she's allowing shorties. I also have some crochet commitments. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, I don't think I've touched it, and I played with the pack-up heads, but I don't think I own any. I don't think I've used that, but it is a beautiful yarn. Great choice. The circus socks are, they're not going to get any love this week. I can tell you that right now. They are out. I do know where they're at. They are not in a box. They are not in a bin. I am at the heel of the one and past the heel of the other. So I do have both of them. But with this 8-day challenge thing going on, the other socks aren't going to get any love. Not for the 8 days anyway. So I'll have to play with it after that. Yep. That's where they're at. It's like, yeah. TRICARE, yeah, it can be helpful with the medical. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that for texting me, helping me out. I did hear my phone ding. Congratulations on my first sock. Yep. And can it be crochet? Yeah, it can be crochet or knit. Yeah. For the Knitting Natty's 8 days, it's either one. There's no shame on whatever you like to do. And if you want to, like I was commenting, knit the cuff if you know how to, and then crochet the rest. You can be super fancy that way. So that works out really well. I don't knit, but love watching knitting podcasts. Oh, that's nice. The whole thing is there's a lot of things I watch on YouTube that I don't do those particular crafts, but I like watching them. Like hubby watches, he doesn't work on cars either. Vice Grip Garage. Love that show. I don't deal with cars. I'm not a car person, but I love his personality and I love the way that he presents it. And I like the way, I'm like, I have no intention of working on a car in any way, shape, or form. My husband doesn't. My husband does not like manual labor, so that is not going to happen, right? That's just not our thing. But we still watch it and we thoroughly enjoy it. But that is one that I definitely like. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I missed some. Yes, this is going very, very fast. It's crazy. So I get 2 pairs on the needles now, but I started them before today. Well, any of them that you start from midnight, up until then, those would count. So if you started some other ones like that, and if you're just knitting socks and you just want to join the camaraderie, doesn't matter. If you're knitting for a prize, then they've got time frames. That's all that is. So it doesn't really matter. If you already started a sock, but your second sock is something that you're doing within the 8 days, cool, then that one counts. The first one you already started, but the second one you haven't, so that would count. And that's what she was doing on hers, is she'd already started one sock and that one didn't count for her knit along, but the second sock does because she started it within the time period. So that's how that works. Let's see. Very cute sock. Thank you. So you probably put one of your beautiful sweaters on your body double. I missed what that one was part of. Let's see, the people saying hi. Hello, Lori. Hi. Hannah, where's that one at? Is there a link to this? I don't have I put a link in yesterday's video and the day before, and I also did 2 shorts on it, and there are links in those to the Knitting Natty website for more information on those. I love Hannah from Cozy Cottage. And say, for all the sock knitters in here, toe up or cuff down, pros and cons. Somebody else will have to tell you about the toe up. I generally do cuff down, probably because it's the first ones that I learned with, and I'm very comfortable with them. I love all the concept of the toe up. I just didn't find it comfortable for me. Preference, that's all. So other people will have to tell you the big cons or the big pros on that one. And so she was always making socks before her babies were born. Okay, be right back. Time to, yep, gotta go potty. Get that. Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, let me get it. I love watching genealogy shows from England. Oh, that does sound fun. Question, what made you want to decide to start a channel? Well, I think, Linda, part of it is unbeknownst to me, or unbeknownst to my consciousness, I started planning doing a channel at least a year before I ever did. And the reason I say that is I started paying attention to, because I've been watching channels, and I was a cheerleader to a lot of channels, especially the ones that were just coming up. This is how I found Lori from the Armchair Chef. I was watching Amanda Tap Mom on the Bed Brigade. I know she was on here a little bit earlier. Kim, Yarning for a Smile. I was watching Kim, the Regretful Yarn Addict. YouTube's unsubscribed me for her. I didn't know that she was still doing channels for quite some time, but I was watching them, and then I was doing, like I commented previously, is I would play all their channels on every device that I have, and I would also comment on the one channel that I was logged into, and all the other channels obviously I couldn't. And what I was trying to do is to help. Hi, Mishi, how you doing? Is to help them get their hours, to give them engagement, to support. Oh, thank you so much. And to help them. I mean, Mishi was my first member, by the way, guys. Mishi was the first member of my channel, and she has been a supporter of my channel from the very beginning. I greatly appreciate that. But as soon as I was able to get memberships, she was my first member, and that is wonderful. And we're talking about what got me into being, making my channel. So I realized that I was being the biggest cheerleader I possibly could, watching the channels from all the devices that I could, because I knew it gave them watch hours, commenting and engaging, paying attention to how they spoke, the introductions, what they talked about. And and not just like I said with the yarning channels, even like I was just commenting, Vice Grip Garage. How does he talk? How does he communicate with people? What things do I like and what things do I not like? All of those things. Oh, that's so nice. Missy just gifted a membership. Thank you. Who got the membership? Does it show? Ooh, Fancy Fiber Donna. Donna, you just got a membership from Missy. Thank you. So I realized I was doing that. And then Lori Armchair Chef, it was very encouraging, saying, hey, start a channel, start a channel. Well, like I said, I'd already been doing all of that stuff in my mind. So it just kind of hit. So when I started my first video, I came home the next day and I did a video. And the next day I did a video. And it irritated hubby because, that was taking away time from him. And I looked at him and I said, I told you when I started this, I was doing it serious, and I've done every day since. And now he encourages me. He's like, honey, you haven't done your video. Hey, sweetie, why don't you get up and do your video? But I think part of it was subconsciously, I knew I was going to start a channel at least a year plus beforehand. So I had already had good circles with a lot of different channels where they'd already seen my name and being part of and uplifting one another. So it just kind of melded in. It was the way that worked. Sherry, yes, Sherry's been a member for 7 months. Isn't that cool? It is so nice to have all this. It is just amazing. So that was a big part of it. It was a natural progression of being such a supporter. And that's why I was commenting on, if there are people that you like that are just coming up, play their stuff if you have an extra device. Even if you don't want to sit there and listen to it, that's fine. Just put it on the device and let it play. And any new channels, if you have a playlist, so I have a playlist, all my videos, give people the ability to help you. And that's another reason why I had the videos daily, is if you ever want to make monetization level, or 1,000 subscribers, or 4,000 watch hours, or whatever it is, all of those things, you have to give somebody the ability to help you. If you are putting videos out once a week, that's great. But that one person that loves you and wants to support you can only watch your video so many times that YouTube's going to count. Or they can only snag so many devices in their house that they can watch you on to help. So you might have one huge fan, me as my husband, right? But there's only so much that he could help. So if I videoed every day I gave him an ability to help me. So that's the way that I look at that. And that's part of the reason why I do the daily podcast. So anyone that's a newer channel, kind of think about that. Give people the ability to help you. Tell them how you can help, how they can help you, and then give them that ability to do that. Let's see, what does Mishy say? I did the same supporting. Yeah, you did. You were very much in that same boat with the supporting, watching, lurking, and you built up a community before you ever started. Yep. And learned a lot prior to. That's exactly what I did. So part of me knew I was starting a channel before I knew I was starting a channel. So that's, yeah. Adulting does cut into the view time. But Annette, that's where I was saying that you can still help the people that you like by letting it play, even if you don't get a chance to listen to all of it, but letting it play, it still helps the person, and then you still can do your adult thing. You can, because we all have adult stuff that we need to do. So that's, I know, we do. Got to be good little boys and girls. My daughter wants me to start a channel, but I don't know if I want to make the commitment. Well, not everybody does daily channels. Not everybody does daily videos, and that's fine. You don't have to. You can do something, and if you just want to do once a week, and there's nothing wrong with that. It'll just take a little longer for your channel to grow, and that's fine. Not everyone jumps in like I did and goes, yeah, I'm going to do every day, and I've been doing it for 2 years. And there's no rules on it that you have to do it that way. Let's see. Angie, thank you so much. That was so kind of you. Thanks, Sherry. My daughter wants me to start a channel, but let's see. 7 months. Just realized I had my free. Yep, you definitely did. Let's see. Plus, I travel a lot. So you can travel and you can still do a channel. There's nothing wrong with that. You can pre-record videos. That's one thing. You can do videos on the road. Do something on the road because, well, if you're a crafter, you probably have yarn with you anyway, and you're working on something. I mean, I plan on anytime we do traveling, you're going to see pictures like this, me in front of whatever monument, national statue, or anything in my sock project, because I have it with me. I mean, it's true. So you can still do stuff like that and just be the traveling sock person. Let's see. Yeah, clearing the watch history. I leave the watch history. I just have multiple things. Like I said, I've got the phone. right? I've got the iPad, I've got things that are logged in, things that are logged out. Hubby's got a phone, right? People have TVs, watch it on your TV. You're not logged in on your TV, or you can be, but just have one device you're logged into, all the rest of them you're not logged into, and they'll count. That's just another way of doing it. Let's see, missed it. Oh, where'd it go? Truth. And it hurts so bad when you have to take off for about a year. I put out a video to keep me afloat, but it killed my analytics, especially. Yeah, that is one thing. YouTube is very fickle. It is like the flakiest of friends. Because I do daily, if I miss a day, oh my goodness, it's like the YouTube forgot about me. It's like, dude, they're like that fair weather friend. What have you done for me lately? That is YouTube. YouTube will forget you in a hot minute. They will delete you from your subscribers. That even if they're watching you, they'll delete you from your subscribers and stuff. So you got to watch on that. Let's see. And Landa's very happy to be part of Mishi's community. I love and adore her. Mishi is one, if you don't have her, you should check her out too. She is just so uplifting for the YouTube community in general. Not just me, because she was, like I said, my first subscriber, but she does that all over. When she talked about the going on and being a supporter and an uplifter and everything with channels well before starting her channel, she has been. I've seen her name out there. She has been. That's not lip service. That is who she is. And that's what I like. I like that type of person with the YouTube, and that's the people that I resonate with. So there we go. Let's see. I have been considering posting for quite a while before I started mine. Perhaps I should up my video posts, perhaps for the week. I'm learning a lot just in this live. Yeah, Sabrina, on that one, I know that Sabrina's new. So she had 9 subscribers before today's video. So she's got a couple more already. And putting out more like that does allow people to help you. It really does. Let's see. Oddball, even a little time works. Exactly. Per week, not perhaps. Landa, me too. A life with yarn. You're a pro. Love watching. Yeah, I tell you, Kim at Yarning for a Smile, she does edits. I mean, you definitely do some edits. I am in awe of yours, and I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching your stuff and just first starting out with my channel, I'm like, ooh, I can't do that. I can't build a channel like her. I mean, she's knows how to do all of this stuff. And that's the thing. You don't have to be like somebody else. We all learn in different pages. But if you want to look at some stuff where somebody does some really cool edits, go check out Kim's channel, Yarning for a Smile. I mean, she does some really cool things. It was very intimidating. I'm telling you, it was. It's kind of funny, but it was. Let's see, Oddball says, where I travel, I don't have very good, if any, internet access. We spend a few months in rural Mexico. Well, it could be the traveling channel where you do things and you just set stuff up. And when you go out, because my sister, when she does hers with the gardening channel, like I said, she doesn't talk. She should talk. But she takes film wherever she's at. And then she'll take it afterwards and cut it up and then schedule them and set them out. So if you were to go on your trip, your month or two, you could pull all that video footage that you have, create different videos and shorts, doing both, set them to go, especially right before you go for another trip. Set them up and everything to where you have those prepared when you know you don't have internet access. Yes, it's some forethought, but you could do it if it's something you're interested in. I'm not trying to tell you have to, but you could if you wanted to. So, Michi, I appreciate you so much. Yeah, Kim, it's been a hard year. Yes, Kim's gone through a lot of stuff. It feels strange. Yep. But that's her stuff. Jill says, hi, you're a hoot. I enjoy you and your Thank you. Misha says, love you, Shannon. We'll always remember that sweet story of your crochet gift to your hubby that kept all. Yes, and I still have that. Yes, I sure do. Not getting rid of that. Mishi goes live in 15 minutes. I love being part of her. Oh, Mishi, are you going live? Okay, I will end this right beforehand. And I don't have this set up to where I know how to jump to your channel. If you can text, not, well, you don't have my phone number, but if you could email me that instructions next time, I can definitely do that and do the whole, hey, let's jump over to this channel. I just don't know how. Finished my socks while watching. Thanks. Oh, Caroline, you finished your socks? Congratulations. I'm close to the toe. I think I'll be watching Mishi's channel and I'll get to that toe. I'll get that ready. I know that. Shannon, girl, stop. You are the intimidator knitter. I'm just a nerd. No, see, Kim, that's just it. We all live in our own skin, and we things that you wouldn't think necessarily, because you made that comment, Your skills with editing and your skills doing that to me were like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I can't do a channel. And then other people are like, well, I can't knit like that, or I can't crochet like that. Yes, but you have a personality. It doesn't matter. You'll get people that are interested in you and who you are. And that's the part, is finding who you are and being your niche. And then the other part people talk about is being honest and true to yourself. I know that sounds weird, but don't be fake is what we're saying on that one, because you can't keep fake up. You can fake for a while, but you can't keep fake up. So start off being a real person, because people see it and they sense it and they're like, that was cool for a little while, but then they notice and then they get turned off. So you find who you are and be a real person, and your channel will either grow fast or slow depending on who resonates with you, but the people that are interested in you are actually interested in you. So that's just a cool way of doing it. Let's see. Yep, got to take the calls from the kids, no doubt about that. And Donna says, Shannon, do you ever make socks with no nylon or polyamide? Sure, you can make socks out of anything. Some things are going to wear better than others. There's no doubt about it. You can do 100% wool, superwash, or feltable. It doesn't matter. You could do it out of lace yarn, cashmere yarn, anything. It just depends on how well you want them to wear. As in wearing out. Like, if you've watched my channel, you know I love opal sock yarn. That stuff wears like iron. This stuff is going to have to be cared for more delicately. This is hand dyed. I think it's superwash, but be careful on superwash anyway. And then the lay flat to dry, still a delicate care. And this is a wool nylon blend. It just depends on how rugged you want them to be. But yeah, you can do it out of anything you want. Just, they might be your feet in the air socks, like you're at home, you've got a glass of wine, cup of coffee, whatever it is that you want. Your feet are up on the ottoman, and you treat your children like servants and your husband like a servant, and you act like you're a queen for 15 minutes a day or something. That's what I mean by that. Yeah. Let's see. Yarn for Mishi says, I really have been learning German more. Oh, nice. Okay. I think it has kept me feeling, yep, I can see that. I'm heading to Mishi's too. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your live. I can't wait to have coffee in the morning with you. Yes, it has been wonderful. But, I think, how long have I been talking? Wow, I don't shut up. Have we noticed this? I mean, it's true. I don't shut up. We did make the 10 people. So I've got to go through the comments and everything on this to see, so then I can do the drawing for the people that gave a super chat. And this will be going out. I will end up putting the little wheel on there, spinning the wheel and letting people see that, so they can go ahead and have a know who won and contact me and everything, so then I can get that sent out. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out so then I can go and use the facilities and everything and get ready. Mishi is starting her live in a few minutes, or 10 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and get ready and join on there. Thank you everybody for coming in and helping me work on my socks for one of the girls. It is not that much farther before I hit the toe, so I think I will probably get this sock done tonight while watching Mishi's channel. And then after Mishi, I know that, or maybe sometime during that, Lori Stories and Crafts is also having her live tonight too. So we've got a couple lives that we can definitely go on and help each other out with. And again, if you have more than one device and you can't listen to both, put them both on. Put them both on, turn them down. Listen to the one you want to listen to now, listen to the one later. It helps the other person out immensely. It really, really does. So there you go. With that, everybody, thank you so much. I think it ends over here. You guys have a great night, and I appreciate so much you being here. Bye, everybody. Oh, gotta push the other button.